Nobody here yet, but never mind. I'm sure the soon will be. Let's put money on who it's going to be. Is it going to be Nathan? Is it going to be Chris? That's Nathan. Hi, Nathan. Number one, as usual. You keep beating Chris to it, don't you? I'm just pouring a drink. I've got dandelion and burdock. It's got some alcohol in, but not an awful lot, so you won't see me getting a bit tiddly on here now. Right. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Claire. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Chris. You're number 4 today. It's usually you, Chris. Usually you, Nathan. Yeah, I got some. Oh, it smells really dandelion and burdock. It's lovely, yeah. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Mrs. Yukon Cornelius. Good evening. Good evening, Jude. Excuse me while I have a little sip. Oh, that is so good. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Deborah. Oh, that is so good. Hi, Nella's Crafty Corner, Donna. Hello, Donna. Well, I finished my card. It's not been or got any buttons on it yet, but I did finish it off. It's finished. Got its sleeves in and everything. Finished. But it does need some buttons. How am I? It's not too bad in here, is it, Jackie? It's quite warm in here. Yeah. So it's not, I haven't been outside, so I can't tell you what it's like outside. I've not braved it. Although I did brave it when I took the dogs out just into the garden. I don't mean a walk. That would have been a bit too much for me. Yeah, I wanted white just for summer, because it goes with all the colours of your summer dresses, doesn't it? I do have summer dresses, by the way. They're not all like this. I'm on my winter stuff now, you probably gathered. Can't beat a basic long dress, just long sleeves, long nothing, because you can dress it up, can't you? Can't beat it. Yeah. Whereas summer dresses tend to have patterns on them or flowers on them or whatever. So that's why I decided on white, yeah. My friend in Devon doesn't seem to have posted me wool yet, so I can't show you anything. I haven't started anything. I'm just going to start something. I found this in the shed. Isn't it gorgeous? I love ice. Just so sad I can't get it anymore now. Oh, you're not on your own, Nathan. I dribble everything down the front of everything. I'm terrible. Yeah. Whatever I'm eating, I wear it, especially if it's like soup or something. How long did it take me to knit the cardigan? Oh, quite a while, actually, Jackie, because I'm not that quick with knitting. I've got them out. Weird. Yeah. What am I starting now? I've made this before, years ago. Sadly, the pattern's discontinued now. It was called the Deerfield vest. Discontinued, but luckily it was one of the ones I did actually print out. So I managed to find it in the shed. Oh, God, I can't see a thing. Can't see anything. Oh. Yeah, my son always spills curry. Hi, Enid. Yeah, he always spills curry. And he can't get curry out of anything. Hi, Trudy. I know when he was training to be a chef, and he had to wear whites, and I had to wash them and get them, and I didn't have a dryer back in the day. What am I looking for? Oh, I know. A magnifying glass of some description, because I can't read my pattern. Aha! Got a little magnifying glass. It's a beggar when your eyes have gone, isn't it? Hi, Trudy. Yeah, but if you bleach them too often, Nathan, you finish up with big holes in them, don't you? Right, I need to crochet 56 of my little magnifying glass. It's sad when you can't see, isn't it? I need to do 56 chain. I would say stitches. Well, it's not stitches at all, is it? It's chain. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you put bleach on things, you have to be careful because you finish up with a hole. I've done that many a time. I used to splodge bleach down my toilet and it always splattered back at me. But now I get told off if I put bleach down the toilet here. Apparently it rots the plastic or something daft, I don't know. I splashed it down the toilet for donkey's years and nothing ever happened to my pipes, but I shall stand corrected. So I don't put bleach down the loo anymore, so... Yeah, you're right, Sandra. The print the pads are a lot smaller than they used to. That's my excuse. And I can't reprint it because, you know, they don't do the pattern anymore. Hi, Denise. Hi, Ella. Hi, everybody. I found the end. Do you bleach as well? I love a bit of bleach down my loo. Hi, Connie. Can't beat a bit of bleach. Makes everything smell so clean, doesn't it? I also used to put bleach in my washing machine and run it on nothing, you know, nothing in it. Just a bit of bleach and washing powder to get rid of the, you know, the gunk and the smell and the whatnot. Never mind this Dr. Beckman or something they want you to buy. So I wonder what's it in it. Hi, Granny. You don't need all that. It's paying all that kind of money for Dr. Beckman. See, I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten what I'm supposed to be casting on. Chaining on, I beg your pardon. Chaining on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bear with me one moment. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Oh, why do I keep going wrong? 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should have cast it on, shouldn't I, before I started. Oh dear, and now I've dropped my pad. Do you ever get the feeling it's going to be one of those days? Oh, my eyeshadow is lilac. Oh, my jacket's blue, but it's got purple. It looks blue on camera, but that's actually purple. And it's got... I love these jackets, you know. Anything ornamental and you've got me, yeah. I love the buttons as well. Look at the buttons, aren't they gorgeous? They're like little barrels. Oh. Right, I like this pattern because unlike circular vest patterns, this has got a flat piece at the back, if you can see it, and a flat piece down the back. Because the ones with the circles, if you don't get them quite right, they look as if you've got a big bottom. You get that circle in the wrong spot. Yeah. You're lurking because you're counting, Granny D. Okie dokie. Hi, Squirrel Raid. Hi, Delphine. Oh, I do try. I try my hardest. I don't go anywhere and I don't do anything, but I still like to look nice, even though I am in the the house. You know, I'm not one of those who can slop about in anything. I mean, I know some of you do, and if it's your thing, that's fine by me, but it doesn't work for me. I don't feel like me if I don't get... I can't stay in my pyjamas or with my nightie all day unless I'm ill, yeah? I can't just... in fact, I don't have any tracksuit bottoms, I'll be truthful with you. I cannot wear them. I just don't feel right, you know. I mean, if you feel right in them, that's fine. I'm not preaching. But, you know, for me, it doesn't work. For me, if I get dressed up, put my necklace on, you know, get ready. Look, my necklace has got all the colours in it. Isn't it gorgeous? I feel like me, you know. And if you feel like you when you get dressed up, that's fine, isn't it? Yeah. Good afternoon, Gloria. Good afternoon, Kaz. Or good evening, I should say, yeah. Yeah, I have to get dressed, Granny D. It just doesn't feel right if I'm just not... I don't feel like me. I could never go with a T-shirt and jogging bottoms. It's just not me. Different generation, you see. If you're younger, you're probably brought up that way. At the moment, I don't even own a pair of trainers, yeah. I used to when I was younger. I used to have jogging bottoms when I was younger. But when I was going to keep fit and stuff like that, yeah. Oh, I hope everybody is feeling better, whoever was poorly last week. I know there was one or two poorly last week, wasn't there? Oh, why did I put my magnifying glass away now? I can't read what I'm supposed to be doing now. Oh, this is bad, isn't it? Foundation row. Single crochet into the 6th chain from the hook. Right, we'll do that then. Single crochet into the 6th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really like to have, started something before. Yeah, the knit cardigan's finished. I just showed it. It's not blocked out and it's not got any buttons. And I thought I had some white buttons, but apparently I don't have the right size. Yeah, the cardigan's all finished. Woohoo! It's waiting for... no, wrong side. Would show you the wrong side, wouldn't I? It's waiting for 6 buttons to go on here. Ooh. 6 little buttons to go on there. Yeah. I thought I had some in the shed. Maybe I do. But when I went out to the shed, the light was fading a little. So I was doing it by the light of one of these craft lights, which is okay when I'm doing anything, but it's not really okay in the shed. Have I got any glasses anywhere? Oh, I've got some here. Yeah, I don't own a pair of jeans. Do you know that, Kaz? I don't own a pair. Why is it saying, do you want to translate something into English? Is anybody speaking a foreign language? Right, let's put the... Oh, these are no better. These are not my glasses for reading. Well, they might have been, but since I had my eyes done, they're just not. Right, oh, gold. No, can't see a flipping thing. That's the trouble. The glasses that I had don't work anymore. And the glasses that I need, I can't have until I've had my other eye done. So I'm like between the... Ow! Pinch me finger. Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. Do you like my big Deirdres? Aren't they gorgeous? Woohoo! I like them really, actually. They're all coming back into fashion, aren't they? I'm like that lady, what she call that Cats lady that wears them all the time. Great big glasses. Can't remember her name. I used to watch her videos, yeah. Right. At least I can see through these. Don't care whether I look a duck or not, but I can see through them. Single crochet into the 6th chain from the hook. Right. Skip 3. No, hang on, no. Chain 3. Skip the next 2. Single crochet in the next. Right. I think I remember that bit. Do you know I'm terrible? My memory is awful. A lady rang me up the other day and she told me her name. By the time she'd gone off the phone, my son said, who was it? I said, I don't know. I'd forgotten in the length of time of talking to this lady and putting the phone down. So I had to phone her back and say, I'm very sorry, but you give me your name again. And I had to, yeah, do you like them? They're very old. They must be about 30-year-old, these glasses. But funnily enough, I can actually see through them. Yeah, I had to ring her back and say, I'm terribly sorry, but I forgot your name. Isn't that rude? But what else could I do? Because I needed a name. So she said, oh, don't worry about it. She said, we all have these moments. I thought, yeah, I have them more than most. Right, skip 3 chain. Skip the next chain, single crochet into the next. Oh, it's got to be one of those. It's not even. You're putting your hand up on you, Nathan. Do you do that as well? I do that. I'm terrible these days. I talk to people. I'm still waiting for a photograph of Sue's great-grandson yet. Not had one yet, so I can't tell you. Oh, goodness me. This is complicated. So you chain 3 and you slip 1. Chain 3 and skip 2. I think I've got it. Hello. Hello. Do you want to bring her? I've got a surprise for everybody. I never told you who we've got. This is one for Nathan. All right, little one. There she is, Trixie Bell. She's what, 9 weeks old?
9 weeks.
9 weeks old. And she wants to eat my lipstick. There you are. Say hello to your fans. Is she cute? Yeah? I'll put her down now, otherwise. There you go. Go back to Daddy. Yeah. I know I didn't tell you about her last week, but she was very new. So I'm telling you about her now. Yeah, she's called Trixie Bell, but we call her Trixie. Yeah. Yeah, we got her last week. So I didn't tell you last week. I know it was very naughty of me, but she'd only just arrived. So she's going to be the boss of Rosie, I'm afraid, because she... Rosie's great with her. It's the opposite way round. It's Trixie who's a bossy. She might only be little, but she's a feisty little monkey. And she bites Rosie. She'll bite her and hang on to her mouth and stuff like that. She's a little monkey. And Rosie's been incredibly patient with her. We're going through the training stage, though, at the moment. You know, we're having to mop up a few puddles, but she's doing okay. She's doing okay. She's more or less in the conservatory most of the time now because she's, you know, we can mop up. You can mop up on vinyl, but you can't really mop up on carpet, can you? Yeah. So I'll try and take a picture and put her on our page. I didn't want to advertise her too much because there's such a lot of dog nappers about me. My son says I'm paranoid about it, but oh yes, she's definitely making her presence felt, Nathan. Yes, you're right about that. She's a bit grim. But she's only 9 weeks old. Lord knows what she's going to be like when she's fully grown. I've got this fear of dog nappers, you know. I don't know what there is. I know we live in a nice area, but it still happens everywhere, doesn't it? Fortunately, we're very secure here and we've got lots of cameras and everything all around the place. We're cameraed up. You'd think we were drug dealers, you know. There's a camera at every corner. You can't be too careful these days, though, can you? It's an awful thing to say, isn't it? You know, people stealing people's pets out of the gardens and stuff. It's terrible. Can't take your eye off them for a minute, can you? I mean, we'd never leave her anywhere on her own, yeah? Melt the paint off the wall, you're not joking. I was on granny duty today, so I was nursing her because she'd been playing in the garden and like she soon runs out of steam, if you know what I mean, because she's only a baby. So I picked her up to nurse her to sleep. Like I was like, oh, goodness me. You wouldn't think such a smell could come out of such a little thing. But it does. Right, I don't know whether I've done this right with my threes and my twos and my threes and my twos, but what should I end up with? Oh, nearly poked myself in the eye. I'm very elegant, you know. So elegant. Right, let's have a little look. Right. Last two chain. One chain, one double crochet into the last chain. Right, okay. Can do that. Right. Breathing, she's absolutely fine with her breathing. She's not snuffing at all. Although when she was asleep, she gave one enormous snort that frightened the living daylights out of me. Oh, Rosie will teach her not to bite. She keeps having a go. That's what I mean. She's the upper dog, even though she's so tiny. I mean, compared to Rosie, Rosie will stand for it just so long, and then she retaliates. So the pup will get the message in a bit, yeah. At the moment, she's teething, so she's biting me, she's biting everything, she's biting everybody. Right, now I've got to follow the lace pattern now. I know, you know, that they're stealing anything that's not screwed down these days, aren't they, Nathan? You know, it's awful that they should steal people's dogs. I mean, it's like stealing one of your kids, isn't it? It's just not on. Right, chain one, single crochet into the first three chain. Oh, I'm going to be doing this while I'm watching this for sure, aren't I? For God's sake, I can't even follow it already. Ooh, why do you think I like old patterns and not new ones? Old patterns are not like this. Right, chain one. Chain one. Single crochet, chain one. Skip the next three chain space and double crochet into the next. Oh God, I'm not going to do this. This is too much for me while I'm trying to concentrate. So I'm afraid, oh, got to poke myself in the eye then. I'm afraid the crocheting is going down, people. Never thought I couldn't do it, but I should have started it before I started, if you know what I mean. I can't read, can't talk, concentrate, and do everything at once. Can't do it. So now I've got a spaghetti pile of wool hanging out now. Yep. Nope, that's the end of that now. Oh dear. You just threw some yarn in the window. I haven't got my time for a granny square. That's probably a good idea. Seeing as I've got me 4mm hooks now. What was I going to say? Oh, my wool's still not arrived. My friend in Devon wasn't posted it yet. She did say she'd let me know when she'd posted it, and she hasn't. So I was like looking for it all this week, and then I realised what she'd said. She said, I'll let you know when I'm going to post it. So she's not letting me know, so I guess she ain't posted it yet. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. I was talking to a young lass. She's been a really big help to me, young lady. She's the one who's helping me to do the craft stall and everything else. And I was looking at those, you know, those like boho-y tops that the young ones all wear. I mean, I couldn't wear them because, you know, you couldn't go anywhere without my bra. But, you know, those little tops you think, they're like, they call them festival tops, don't they? They're like a bit of nothing really, aren't they, in a string? So I'd said to her, I said, how do you think those would go? You know, she goes, oh, well, I would buy one. So I said to her, right, pick one. I said, and I'll make you one. She goes, no, no, no. I said, I'll make you one. I said, you've been such a big help to me. And she has, not just with helping me to do things, but she's offered to help me take my stuff to this craft fair. You know, help me to load it up and take it. I mean, that's worth a lot to me. And, you know, she thought about me when this craft fair was coming along and mentioned my name and everything. And other people have let me down so much, as you know. 2 people have let me down in the past. Said they're going to help me do this, that, and the other stuff, you know, and then let me down. So I thought, I'm going to make her a top. To me, it's worth it, because if somebody does something for you, to me, I like to repay it in whatever way I can. Yeah. You know, to me, it's just a little thing, making her a little festival top. It's hardly got any yarn in it at all, really. You know, 2 nights crocheting, and that's the lot. Yeah. And but to me, I just appreciate what she's doing for me. And to me, that's my way of thanking her. Yeah. I can't talk. And one time I would have been able to do everything, but now my brain, I hate to admit it, people, but my brain is slowing down. Not at the Alzheimer's yet, but it's getting a little bit, I won't say forgetful, I'll say lack of concentration. I can't concentrate on more than one thing at once. I'm not too bad with the TV and my crocheting or my knitting, but I must admit I do like something plainish, you know, to do while I'm watching telly. Yeah. Thummies for our wonderful host. Oh, that's a great saying, that, Nellie Michelle. Yeah. And that is a great saying. Because I don't know whether you realise, the thumbs up doesn't mean anything to me, like monetary wise or anything like that, because I don't do money. You know, I'm not interested. Well, I am interested in money. We all are, aren't we? But I'm not interested in making money out of people. That's what I'm saying. But the thumbs up, what it does is it raises your profile on YouTube so that more people will actually see you, which is great. Yeah. So that's more what it's all about, really, the thumbs up. It's nothing to do with getting more money or getting whatever. It's just to get your profile raised. And we could all do with a bit of profile raising, couldn't we? You know, I always do try to help people. You know, if I see a YouTube video that I like, or I see a pattern that I like, you know, if it's a paid for pattern or whatever, I'll still, you know, say, oh, I really like this, and I'll put it on my page, you know. Not so much my normal Facebook page, because my friends on there, I should say about 80% of them don't crochet and are not interested. But I will put it on, you know, our page, or I'll put it on my Urban Gypsy page, yeah. Just to, you know, help people along. I mean, people have done it with me, which is very, very nice of them. And, you know, I mean, at the moment, I've been looking for the patterns of that Maya Luna Corazon or something. She does quite a few videos on YouTube if you're into making these little festival tops for somebody who's young. Not my age group at all, but I have to think when I'm crocheting that they're not all oldie goldies like me, you know. I'm hoping to, you know, appeal to other generations, not just the golden oldies, you know. We like a nice big sweater, don't we? And a nice big warm cardi, but the young ones, they'll go out wearing hardly anything. So, you know, but yeah, so I want to cater to more. This is why I wanted help, and I've not had it in the past. I like to get hold of younger people and say, look, I can crochet, but I'm not with fashion. Yeah. Tell me what is fashionable. Tell me what the younger people wear. When I say younger people, I mean up to the age of 30 or whatever. Yeah. I don't know what they all wear. I mean, if you go in the shops, you don't have any really idea, do you? Because they cover and especially here. I mean, they're not very fashionable around here. They're all just what I call older ladies' clothes. And having said that, at 76, I wouldn't wear them, yeah? But you know what I mean? An awful lot of beige. I think I live in a beige town. They don't do crimpling anymore, but you know what I mean, when you used to see the old ladies with the twin sets pearls and the beige crimpling trousers. Yeah, I thought, oh my God, I'm not being one of them, yeah. Yeah, they're not my style, Lydia. I've got to admit I couldn't wear one of those if I tried. But I need to crochet something that people will buy. It's not a question of crocheting what I like, because what I like, not everybody else does, you know. You know me, I'm boho, I'm granny square, I'm bright colours, I'm whatever. I mean, I couldn't wear anything unless I had a scaffolding bra on underneath, let's face it. But these young ones today, you know, they're only like that, aren't they? You could put their boobies in an egg cup, you know, so they're fine. They'd wear things like that. So that's what I'm going to cater to. Just a few of them, just to see if it sells, yeah. But I'm also doing the bigger waistcoats just for the, you know, the people who are a bit more like me. But she's advertised me at this craft fair as being a boho crochet. So I don't want to turn up with anything boring, really, you know, and disappoint everybody. Oh, dear. Yeah. But I need to get in the shed because I need to move that doll's house because it's in the window. I plonked it there. Well, Sue and I plonked it there, never thinking it was going to stay there as long as it stayed there. So I said to my son, I said, can you give me a lift? I said, to move it because it's blocking the daylight in the shed. When I go in there, I can't see a thing. It's like having a blind up at the window, yeah. Hi, John. Hi, Debs. Did I say hello to you before? I don't think I did. Hi, Debs. Yeah, she does some, she does this Maya Luna Caucason or whatever she's called. She does quite a few YouTubes as well. Her tutorials are quite, you know, comprehensive. Some people's YouTubes are a waste of time and space, aren't they? Because they don't tell you anything. But some of them, they're good. I don't know. Have you got rid of your COVID? Was it you, John, who had the COVID last week? Or was it Ben? I know somebody had the COVID last week. Oh, no, it was that other young man in New York that was on the farm, wasn't it? I can't remember his name now. You're a new family member for us. Oh, good. Welcome, Debs. We're all a friendly lot on here. Well, most of us. I can't guarantee me, but, you know, the rest of them are all right. They'll make you feel very welcome, Debs. They will, honestly. You know, we're mostly a good crowd, aren't we, people? Mostly a good crowd. We do get the odd troll. Yeah, we do get them, I'm afraid, you know, but we usually have Chris on the job to boot them all off, yeah. Yeah, Connie, you're right. We're a little bit. But we're happy. We're the happy. Not the depressive. Yeah. You got no COVID. Died after the vaccine. Oh, my goodness me. No, we've got no Miguel yet. He did send me a little video earlier of his Abner crowing away there. That's his male hen, cock, whatever you want to call him. I don't like to say that word on here in case I get banned. Cockerel, let's call it, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we all are kind of not. I think I'm fairly normal. My dad didn't think I was normal. He said I marched to a different drummer than everybody else, but I never knew what he meant, really. Yeah. In other words, I was out of step with the rest of the world. Oh, good. I'm glad you've got somebody to talk to, Chris. We're all a bit loopy on here, aren't we? Yeah, so Miguel was around earlier on. He posted me a little video with his chickens, yeah. You're normal, Kaz. Well, you're on your own, love. Kaz says she's normal. Hands up who thinks Kaz is normal. Hi, Lilith. How are you doing? Hi, Pauline. How are you doing, Pauline? Are you running up them steps yet? Hands up who thinks Kaz is normal. If you're normal, Kaz, you're on your flipping hole in here. Yeah, she's as normal as the rest of us. That's what we shall say, Kaz. You're as normal as the rest of us. Yeah. It would be a sad world if we were all completely normal. I think that way anyway. You know, I'm the kind of person who finds humour in something, who can laugh when I'm going down the street. I have to try not to laugh out loud at somebody's misfortune, but you know, there's always something funny happening, isn't there? Somebody who loses their ice cream or somebody who trips over the dog, you know. There's always something funny. Oh, your bed's back upstairs again. Good show, Pauline. You'll be running up them stairs and going jogging soon. Yeah. Yeah, I just find humour in watching people. You know, I'm a great people watcher. This is what I miss here. I miss a bistro, cafe, or whatever just nearby without having to go miles up the seafront. You know, where you can sit, people watch and look at funny people. Yeah. You're on the. Hey, you're doing well there, Lizzie, though. You're on. It's been on the needles for 3 years. Way. Well done, Lizzie. Let's all cheer her on. She's on her second sleeve. Woo! Don't you think you feel good, though, when you find something that's been on the hook or the needles for donkey's years and you finish it off? And you wonder, why did I not finish it off in the first place, don't you? Yeah. Oh, you roast them out, Deb. You tell them all off, Deb. I can't do it, but you can do it. I'll be accused of boosting my own channel if I do it, so everybody else do it. Hi, Eason. Yeah, some people, Jeannie, are unlucky. I touch wood, and the rest of my family, touch wood, have all been fine with our injections, but I know some people have suffered with them. But yeah, I was worse with the COVID, so I was just glad to have the injection so I didn't get COVID again. Yeah. Oh dear, somebody's saying hello to me. Well, my lady with the little top, she wants a neutral colour. So luckily, I have got plenty of neutral colour. So that means I don't have to buy anything. I can make it out of my stash. Oh, well, we're good for something then, Lizzie, if we were cheering us on. If we were cheering you on and you made you finish it. Anybody else got any unfinished projects they want cheering from the group? Yeah? Put it on here. Put it out there that you haven't finished it and we'll all go, yay, finish it, finish it, finish it. And then we shall ask you every week if you've done it. You've got lots of them, have you, as well, Kaz? Do you know, I'm one of these weirdy people. I really only have one or maybe two kind of projects on the go at once. Do you get a prize? Only if you donate one. What kind of prize are you thinking? I've knitted socks. They're not my favourite thing to knit, I've got to admit, yeah. You've got lots of whips. Oh no, I can't cope. Once they hit a bag, once they hit a project bag, I might as well just throw them in the bin because it takes an awful, awful lot. The only time I had a project in a bag was what I called my hospital crochet. I had a virus shawl in a bag, and I only ever crocheted it when I went to hospital. That was when I was living at the hospital. I was backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. Long time ago when I wasn't living here. Every other week I was at the hospital, so I used to call that my hospital crochet because it was thoughtless, mindless crocheting. And that did used to stay in a little bag because I knew I just had to grab my bag and I was ready to go. Yeah. Oh, my hand-dyed yarn. Yeah. You have to. You have to save up really for hand-dyed yarn. I mean, I've got some I paid, what, 20 odd pound a skein for. And I keep looking at it and thinking, why did I not buy two of the same colour? Because I've got one of each of two colours. And then I could have made something properly. Yeah. Usually got 4 things on the go. That's not as bad. Some people have got about 20. You know, how do they cope? I've got peripheral neuropathy, but I still can't stand anything on my feet. Isn't that weird? You would think when you've got lesser sensation in the bottom of your feet, like I have when I'm walking. I can trip over an eyelash when I'm walking, but I can't cope with socks. It has to be freezing cold before I put socks on. And even then, I can't wait to come out, get in the house and take them off because they just, I don't know what. You could knit socks if you only had one foot. There's a lot of people got that one sock syndrome. My friend always knits her socks two at a time. She has 2, but she uses circulars, worms. Kelly always knits 2 at once. She has 2 lots of worms on the go. She'll knit the rib on one and then she'll go and knit the rib on the other. You know, I can't even knit on worms, so definitely wouldn't be doing 2 like that. You know, it's just, I don't know, I've never had a second sock syndrome, really. I've had like sweater syndrome when I've been doing something that's like Fair Isle or colour work, as you call it in America. I once knitted my ex-husband, well, he wasn't my ex at the time, a Fair Isle jumper that was like in the 20s style, you know, when they used to wear those with all patterns on them, all different colours and patterns. And it was in fingering weight, little needles. I knitted the back, and it was only a sleeveless, like a tank top thing. Knitted the back, and it was forever before I could actually start the front. And then, well, one day, he's being very sarcastic. Will I ever get that? Yeah. So one day I thought, I'll do it and I'll finish it. And I did, and he never wore the bloody thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can't do magic loop. I can't even do worms, let alone magic loop. Yeah. I never mastered that fish lips kiss heel. Well, the pattern. But it was like about 8 pages long. And I'm like, how many pages do you need to turn a heel? So I just went back to my original one my mum had told me how to do. I did do crochet socks, but they were worse than knitted ones. I can't wear them at all. I've got those knitted sock books. I think I still have them. Or maybe I gave them to Kelly when I moved. I can't remember if I still got the knitted sock books or not. They're not something that I would be wearing. I think I gave them Kelly, but I can't be certain. Maybe I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a help, really, when you don't have to keep measuring, when you can just count rows. I count rows on lots of things rather than measure. You know, if I'm doing the back and I want the front to be exactly the same, I always count the rows rather than measure it, because measuring is deceptive. You know, sometimes you measure it and it could be 2 or 3 rows longer. You know, I'm very OCD about things like that, yeah. Oh, you got them finished, did you? I saw those Bernie Sanders mittens. They were lovely, weren't they? Have I watched Linda Simpson? No, I don't. To be honest with you, I have enough trouble trying to watch crochet videos that, because I don't really knit a lot, you know, even though people have got gorgeous, gorgeous knitting, it just makes me feel depressed, really, because A, I can't knit much, because this I had to keep putting down, and it was only stocking stitch and ribbon. And I had to keep putting it down because it was making my shoulders hurt like mad. So I know that I couldn't do, you know, fancy lacy patterns. And I mean, I love, love, love these lacy knitted shawls, but I can't do them because you have to use a worm. Because you can't do them on. Oh, I only tried one pair of taupe socks. It was a complete disaster. A complete and utter disaster. They didn't fit right at all because I couldn't get my measurements straight. Whereas I can when I'm doing them the other way. You would think it was dead easy. You just reverse, wouldn't you? But oh, she also crochets, does she? Right, yeah. People are always recommending me. Oh, you must see this lady. You must see that lady. And I go and they knit blankets. And that's all they do, blankets. And I think, why have you recommended this person to me when all they ever make is blankets? Or all they ever make is socks, yeah. I'm not a person who likes, you know, looking at blanket after blanket after blanket. They might be very pretty blankets, but when you're not into blankets, blanket after blanket after blanket is just not me. Oh, it's different. It's corner to corner. I don't give a. I don't like blankets. Yeah. Tell me if she knits blankets, Cass. If she does, I'm not watching her. Oh dear. What's he called was the best, wasn't he? Ephraim. He used to say, "Oh, this is just such a simple little knitting pattern," and it was like about a 48-row lace pattern, and he was knitting away there and talking at the same time. And I used to think, a simple lace pattern, Ephraim, you are joshing. How he did it, I don't know. And other people used to put comments underneath saying, "You think that's an easy pattern, Ephraim?" He could knit like the wind, couldn't he, that boy? I think he must be concentrating on his hairdressing because he hasn't made a video for years, has he? He pops up every now and again and says hello to me, you know, on Facebook. But that's about it, really. He doesn't do his videos anymore. So many people whose videos I really did like don't make them anymore. And yet other people who bore the pants off me make videos every other day, you know. It's just, you know, and you're thinking, oh God, you're droning on, and you're not the least bit interesting, you know. Ruthie, yeah, Ruthie doesn't do them anymore. Neither does Karen. She doesn't do them. There's quite a lot of people. Yeah, Karen Hales, yeah, Casualistic. She doesn't do them anymore. Lucy doesn't make them much. Lucy Coates, she doesn't make them. Quite a lot of people I used to watch. That other lady used to homeschool her kids. She made one saying, right, I'm coming back now. She made one about 2 or 3 months back saying she was coming back. Nothing. Nothing since, nothing. Zoe, yes, she's organising a lot of things, Zoe. I speak to Zoe a lot. She's into sci-fi and stuff like that. Yeah, Irish Mary doesn't do them anymore. I think she's back on Facebook or Instagram or something, but she doesn't make videos anymore. Zoe's into organising, how can I put it, administrative work. She's got like a sort of a job now, doing administration for something or other now. So she's not crocheting as much as she was. She's not at home anymore now. I haven't watched Z for about a month. I must catch up with Z. I always used to watch her, but when she started doing this video every day, she sort of drifted off my radar a little bit. Yeah. There's quite a few people I really used to watch and used to enjoy. I used to like that lady that lived at number 4, was she called? She used to sew as well as knit. But once she had a baby, she stopped doing any videos. No, at 14 was it she used to live. I think Miguel used to watch her as well. She was very interesting, yeah. And then as soon as she had the baby, I mean, the baby's over 12 months now. She should be back by now. But it all stopped, yeah. Yeah. I read an article, was it yesterday, about Woolfest. That I used to love going to Woolfest. It was in Cockermouth. And for some reason or other, they stopped doing it. It was in an old cattle market, and they weren't doing it because of COVID and because of whatever. And they're trying to negotiate, not for this year. It'll have to be 2023. Trying to negotiate another place to hold Woolfest. I mean, it was all hand-dyed yarn and it was all out of my price range, really, but I used to love going. It was an experience, to go and to look around and see the stalls, look at things you couldn't afford, you know what I mean? I'm sure you must have them in the States, these wool things, when they get going again after COVID. Yeah, Claire, she was Bob Wilson 123, but is it Crafting with Claire she is now? Something like that. Because Bob Wilson was actually the name of her dog. And sadly, her dog passed away quite a number of years ago, yeah. I've been to a few in the past, Connie, and they used to be good. But the last one I went to, the Knitting and Stitch, it was in Manchester, and I was so disappointed. I vowed never to go again. I think there was 3 wool stalls, and the rest of it was all paper crafting and Lord knows what else. And I'm thinking, how can it be knit and stitch? You don't stitch paper craft, do you? You glue things on. So how can it be knit and stitch? So I was really disappointed. If it was stitching, sewing, embroidery, I could understand it. But diamond painting and paper craft, that's not knit and stitch, yeah. Evening Shad. Yeah, Ali from Little Drops are wonderful, yeah. They do have 1 or 2 like knitting things down south, which is too far. I don't have transport and it's too far for me to go. I would make an effort if it was somewhere local. I mean, there was one at Harrogate, I believe, which is like just over the border from me. But I didn't find out about it until it was too late. But one lady who dyes yarn, she stood on the Harrogate stall and she said there were so many less people. I know there was COVID restrictions, etc., but there was so many less footfall, So obviously because there was less footfall, they didn't sell, they didn't get the money in, did they, So, yeah, our knitting shows here are not like the ones that are in the US. I mean, I've seen videos of the ones in the US, and they're enormous, they really are massive. And I tell you, doesn't do videos as well, talking about craft fairs. Oh, gosh, what was she called? She used to do tutorials and everything. They're all kind of missing, all these people. I mean, Yolanda Soto Lopez, she used to do videos, but she lost her daughter very suddenly to some illness, and she's left with 4 grandchildren now. Well, I mean, obviously, her daughter's husband's on the scene. But she stopped doing them. I suppose she's more involved in her grandchildren's lives now. Marcel, the other lady, she doesn't seem to do any tutorials anymore. I went off her when she started doing promotions and selling things like, beakers and whatever you got, and trying to sell things like water jugs, personalised water jugs and stuff. I just went off her because it was just blatant sort of selling stuff, yeah. Yeah, Stitches West, that was one of the ones that people used to go to. Obviously, I don't go because I'm in the UK. But there used to be like a wool fest thing in Wales as well. I don't know what it was called. There used to be one there. There used to be one in Birmingham. There used to be one at Cockermouth. There was one in Edinburgh, and that's stopped now. I suppose it's all down to COVID and finances. Because of COVID, people stopped going, and then if they do, kind of everything's gone up, and they're charging more for the stalls, and less people are going. So Wonderwool, that was the one in Wales, yeah. So I suppose they can't make the stalls pay, because the stalls are blinking expensive. This lady who went to the Harrogate one. Yeah, Yarndale. I don't know whether they didn't have that this year, did they, because of the COVID? The stalls have gone up so much that you'd have to make so much money to make your stall pay. It's not their fault. The venues have gone up, everything's gone up. They've got less footfall, less people going in, so therefore less people. And also people have got less money to spend. People who've been on lockdown, can't work, can't whatever. Yeah, I've heard of Rhinebeck, obviously, of Maryland sheep and wool, but being in the UK, I've got no chance yet. Yarndale was online, was it? Yeah. It's just not the same anymore. This COVID just, I don't think everything will get back to how it was before. I can't say back to normal because that's a bit, isn't it? But I don't think it will ever get back to how it was. So many people have lost jobs. So many people are on less money. They've got higher outgoings, like all our electric and gas in the UK is all going up by bucket loads, People have got less money to, play around with, yeah. It's just the way it is. I mean, you're scared of booking a holiday, even if I had the money to book one. But if I did, I'd still be scared of booking it in case they cancelled it at the last minute. I know you take insurance out, but sometimes you've got to wait ages to get your money back from ABTA and stuff like that. And also, I don't know what the situation is with insurance, because I have to insure myself medically. Not so much in the UK, but if I was to go anywhere else, in case anything happened to my back or whatever while I was out there. So I've got to declare all of my medical things before I go. So my insurance is as much as the holiday. And, it just, you're thinking, oh God, well, if they cancel it, I might get the money back from the holiday. But would I get the money back from the insurance, Does the insurance cover me being cancelled, or is the insurance only for my health? That's something you would have to really think about, yeah. Right before the COVID. Yeah. The girl with the baby and the pug dog, called 23. It was something at number whatever. I thought it was might have been number 23. Yeah, she had a baby girl, didn't she? About 12 months back. Not seen her since. Even though I didn't knit much, I used to find her interesting, yeah. But she just never been back on. Quite a lot of people haven't been back, yeah. They have a baby and that's it. Other people have a baby and carry on, don't they? Regardless. But some people make a song and a dance and a wakes week out of having a baby. It's like everything stops for baby. They make the baby such hard work. I went back to work when my baby was 6 weeks old. I don't. Some people find it really hard going. And I had a naughty baby. I had a baby who didn't sleep. I had a baby who cried all the time. And I still went back to work. I was like a walking zombie, but I did go back to work. And yet I see women who stay at home and are housewives and I can't cope with a baby. And I'm thinking, you don't have to go to work. You're just there in the house with a small child. Stop making it such hard work. What is there? It's a baby. Women in the past used to have babies slung on their back and go to work and everything. These modern mums make such a dancing song about having a baby, don't they? Yeah. I mean, I was a wreck after I had my son. I had a lousy birth. I was terrible. I was nearly half dead. Yeah, I crawled back to work when my baby was 6 weeks old. I didn't have a choice. You just did it. Got on with it and stopped whining about it. Get on with it. I'd be up all night with him screaming, crying, carrying on, and still get up, have a shower and go to work. And I see these modern mums online saying, oh, my husband doesn't help me. He comes in from work and he doesn't help me. I'm thinking, he's been at work all day. You've been sat on your behind all day with that baby. There you go. Plastic. Obviously, that is coming apart somewhere along the line. Don't know why it's coming apart, but it's coming apart. Oh, beads fell off. It's all little beads, that, so it's obviously coming apart. I need to sort that. These are like sewing thread, if you know what I mean, wrapped around a bead. Those are just plastic. But those are like sewing thread wrapped around a bead, yeah. I love my fancy necklaces, I do. But I won't pay a lot for them. No way. Once it gets past about 4 or 5 quid, no. Pouring a bit more out my alcoholic dandelion and burp dock, as my son used to call it. I said, it's called burdock. He says, no, burp dock, because it makes you burp. I said, right, okay, fine. It's like when he was little. He used to say, can I have your underbrella? Yeah, it is satin balls. You're right there, Shad. He used to say, can I have your underbrella? And I used to say, it's an umbrella. And he said, no, it's an underbrella because you go underneath it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. A real drink. Oh my God, it's about 18% alcohol, honestly. 4% alcohol. Now, you're not going to get drunk on that, are you? Yeah. Oh, I used to have a dry thumb. I used to have to plaster it. Manuka honey is great. Plaster it with that and then cover it over and keep it covered. Make sure it didn't get wet. Yeah. But Manuka honey is absolutely fantastic. They sell tubes of medicinal Manuka honey actually on Amazon. That's where I got it from. I mean, ordinary honey will do it as well, but Manuka honey is the best, yeah. But you need to keep it wrapped up for when you go to bed. Slop it all on and wrap it up well, and keep it overnight with it on. But honey is brilliant for anything like that. I had a carpal tunnel operation, and they took the stitches out too soon, and it just widened out. It was a right mess. And I thought, this is never going to heal. You can just about see it. It's down the crease there. And I put Manuka honey on it. I mean, oh God, it was a sloppy mess. It was a real gooey, ooey mess. But when I went back, yeah, I used it on my leg as well, Manuka honey. And it's great. Any honey will do because honey is pure and it doesn't have bacteria in it. But Manuka honey is the purest of all honeys. It healed up the ulcer on my leg. You're right there. I'd forgotten about that. I had an ulcer on my leg that wouldn't heal. And I put this dressing on with Manuka honey and it just healed up. But when I went back with my hand and she looked at it and she said, "What have you used? I'm amazed how it's healed up. What have you used?" And I said to her, "Manuka honey." And she goes, "Oh," she said, "I've heard of it." She said, "But I've never known anybody use it." And I defy you to see where you can see just about down that crease there. But it was a scar that was wide open like a mouth. It was terrible. And it was so sore. Yeah, they said they took the stitches out at the right time, but no, it wasn't. It was the wrong time. I didn't put elastoplast on it, you know. I used to use lint, if you know what lint is, or gauze dressing, and wrap it round the bottom with the elastoplast. And then I used to, yeah, make sure I didn't get it wet. Yeah. Yeah. Manuka honey is absolutely fine. It healed the ulcer. The ulcer on my leg would not heal, John. It wouldn't. I was putting all sorts on it, covering it up. I was having it dressed at the walk-in centre. They were dressing it for me and it wasn't healing up at all. And I just got Manuka honey and put a dressing on it and it healed up. Healed up, no problem. So Manuka honey is the word. You can get a tube of it, medicinal. You don't have to buy a big jar. Yeah, local honey is good, yeah. But Manuka honey is the purest of all honey. Local honey is good if you suffer with allergies, hay fevers, anything like that. If you have local honey made by the bees in your little area, it helps to give you immunity against the hay fever from the things that are in your locality. Because the bees are collecting the honey, collecting the pollen from your area. So that's why honey from anywhere else doesn't work. It's got to be honey from your local beehives. And it's good. It's better. It's good for you. Yeah, local honey. It has to be local honey though, not just any old honey. Not to go in the, get Rouse's honey from the supermarket. That doesn't work. Doesn't work. Oh, I've won some gift bags. How nice. I keep my necklaces in little organza bags or organza bags, whatever you want to call them. And I keep them separate in each one has its own little bag. And I ran out of bags, but somebody had some for sale on eBay anyway. I've won them. Got to pay for them. Yeah. Corn syrup on it, that's yuck. How can you have corn syrup? Why do Americans have corn syrup in everything? That's why your chocolate taste is disgusting. Because you put corn syrup in it. Manuka, yeah, that's the one. That's the one, Lydia. Yeah, I've still got a tube. In fact, I must put some on my knee. I don't remember grazing my knee because I certainly never fallen, so I don't know why I've grazed my knee. All I can think of is if it was itchy, I've itched it while it's broke the skin. So now I'll put some Manuka honey on it tonight before I get in bed. I don't mind getting honey on my nightie. I don't mind my nightie being a bit sticky. Hello, Mary. Where have you been? Have you got a note from your mum? Where have you been? Ephraim! We were just talking about you, and it was a nice way. Nice way. My goodness, Ephraim, hello! We were just saying we haven't seen you for ages. We were talking about knitting, and we were saying about you. I was saying, oh, yes, it's just an easy pattern. It's just a 24-row lacy pattern, and you were knitting away there while you were talking. Are you still knitting, Ephraim, what he's doing? I know you're busy with your hairdressing, but, you've been missed. We do say, how's Ephraim? We do say, where's Ephraim? So you have been missed, dear, yeah? Yeah, it's a long time for Mary to come on here and an even longer time for Ephraim. You've been watching, have you, Mary? So you don't need a letter from your mum then. It's okay then. We'll let you off. You're crocheting. What you're making, Ephraim? What are you doing? Come on, you got to make a video. Your public are missing you. Everybody's missing you. We were talking about how quick you knitted and how quick you crocheted. You know, you've got to get back in the swing of it again. Come on. You're knitting baby things. Who's having a baby? Somebody in your family, or is it just a friend? Oh, yeah, a letter from your dog will do, Mary, if it tells you where you've been. I don't think Ephraim's pregnant, no. I think it would be a medical miracle. Unless he's got a surrogate, yeah, you never know. Your sister, you're going to be an uncle. How lovely. Yeah, you've definitely got to get back to your knitting and your crocheting then. Yeah, I don't think there'll be any more babies in our family. I think everybody's given up now. And I hope my grandchildren don't start yet because they're only 15 and 16, so they can hold off for quite a number of years. We don't want any great grandchildren. So they can all stop having babies. Still not seen a picture of Sue's great-grandson yet. Yeah. A friend of mine's had a fourth baby. And you're pregnant and your vaccine caused you to grow a womb. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you've missed my new fur baby. I can't show you now, Ephraim, because she's gone in the other room. We've got a 9-week-old French bulldog. Yeah. What was I going to say then? Something like, oh, yeah, a friend of mine's just had a fourth baby. And she's called him Aldous. Aldous. Never heard of that. Aldous? I'm like, was she in labour a bit too long? Was she on the gas and air? Hello? But she's put that, her and her partner, thought long and hard, and put the names in a hat, and finally decided on Aldous. And I'm thinking, maybe Aldous should have never gone in the hat. I have never heard of it. There used to be a craft shop in Manchester called Fred Aldous, but it was a surname. Aldous Huxley. Yeah, he was a writer. I think he's long dead, isn't he? Oh, God, Ephraim's nails, yeah. I don't know how you do hair and you knit with those long nails. I'd be poking everybody in the scalp. I'd love to have nails. I've only got 2. Once they tear, my nails are soft and they're brittle, and once they tear, I have to. I don't eat my nails. I just whatever. Yeah, you have to do some nail polish ones. Says me who has 2 nails. People have said to me, why don't you have acrylic nails put on? But I'd be frightened of what it did to my nails underneath. I don't want to damage my nail beds any more than they're already damaged, if you know what I'm saying. Did Miguel come on? Has it not been on yet? No. Look up Manuka honey in a tube, medicinal Manuka honey. It's just a few pounds for a little tube. I've had long nails in the past, Kaz. It depends on how I'm feeling physically. If everything's well in my world and I'm feeling physically okay, my nails are strong and they grow. But at the moment, they just break off, break off. No, mine was it was on YouTube, to be quite, not YouTube, on Amazon, to be quite honest. It's either Amazon or eBay. And it was in a little tube like that. And it's like medicinal Manuka honey. And it was only a certain few pounds a tube. It's not that expensive. Yeah, it isn't the kind of honey that you eat, this. It was medicinal honey, yeah. Yeah, it might have been Amazon. I got it from Connie. I can't remember if it was Amazon or eBay, one of the two. I need to look on Amazon to get some scales. My scales have gone bananas. When I step on them now, they just keep whizzing round and round and round and they won't stop. I tried putting a new battery in, but it's not that. Yeah, it wasn't that expensive, honestly. It wasn't, Jeannie. I wouldn't have paid £200 for any Manuka honey, I'll tell you that. I might have paid a £5. That's why I know it wasn't that dear. A little green cloth. If you really like it, Shad, I'll get another one. I did lose weight from when I had the COVID 2 years ago. I lost 2 stone, which is like 28 pounds, is it? And I've not put it back again. Oh, peanut butter, yeah. Do you know they don't need to torture me? Don't need the thumb screws. All they would need to do would put some peanut butter in my mouth and I'd tell them anything. Thank goodness they stopped putting nuts on top of everything. When I used to get those ice cream cornets and used to put nuts on the top. Ah, yuck. Why ruin my ice cream by sticking nuts on the top of it? Take them off. But because now people have nut allergies, they don't put them on, thank goodness. You used to get salad from the salad bar, and something or other would have nuts in it. I'm not allergic to nuts, I just don't like the taste of them. And whoever thought of roasting peanuts? Roasted salted peanuts, my God, they only sell you them in a bar to make you drink more beer. Because you eat more peanuts, then you get thirsty, then you drink more beer. That's why they give you free peanuts. Well done, Nathan. Well done, Nathan. It's all right if you like nuts, Ephraim, but I just don't like nuts. My son and daughter-in-law like nuts, but I lost the £5 that I put on over Christmas. Found that out before the scales broke. Oh, I've got hiccups now. Hi, Ephraim. Hi, Isaac, sorry. We'll have a new trim, slimline Nathan soon. And don't be going walking late at night, I've told you. You do your walking, you do it in the daytime. Don't like you out late at night. There's too many nutters and weirdos knocking about. If you must go walking, take Joe with you. I don't like any kind of nuts. They're all eek nuts. That's what they are. I feel about nuts the same way that Shad feels about my clock. Yeah. Oh, God, it's hard keeping weight off, Ephraim. I just get so tempted. I'm diabetic, so I shouldn't eat chocolate. And then what have I got now? I've just eaten crisps, and now I've got a Mars bar. You know, and no doubt what I'm drinking's probably got sugar in it, but I'm not even going to look. I went to see the diabetes lady on Monday, and she was like, I know you're 76, but you've got to think about it. People live till they're 90 these days, and you're having an effect on your kidneys and all. Give over. No, we were just talking about that before you came in, Ephraim, that we're all a bit ooh on here, but we're all happy. We're happy. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you lived your life like you're supposed to live your life, how much longer would I live? Would I extend my life? If I was in my 50s, if I was even in my 60s, I would worry more about damaging my kidneys, damaging my this if I don't do this and I don't do that. Yeah. But, at my time of life, you've got to think, how much longer am I on this life? Yeah. How much longer do I have? If I get to 80, I might be lucky, but why should I starve myself and deprive myself just to get past 80? Sorry, but no. Yeah, well, I've just been eating crisps, so you're all right, Kaz. I shouldn't have been having them. They gave me a list about green, red, and orange, what I'm supposed to eat, and I put it in the drawer. I looked at what it was on the red list, and it was most of the things that I like eating. So I thought, right, it's going in the drawer. You know, how can you live till you're 70? What was I? About 70, 72, and not be a diabetic? And then you're a diabetic when you're 72. You know, you've lived 72 years without being a diabetic. You've had chocolate, you've had cake, you've had everything you wanted. But how come you're a diabetic when you're older? You know, I can't understand where this diabetes came from. Is it all this junk they put in food these days? Everything you eat's got an additive, hasn't it? You know, everything you eat's got a preservative in it. Unless you go, well, even if you go vegan, you don't know what's in these meals that they're selling you. All this go green stuff, bird's eye go green, plant-based this, plant-based that. How do you know there's not preservatives in that? You don't. So you think you're going vegan or vegetarian, you think, oh, I'm being healthy. Well, you don't know what they shoved in it to keep it preserved. Yeah, but I mean, you're bloody hell, you're half of my age, Nathan. I'd be worried if I was your age, but when you get to my age, it's just like, you know, oh, what a shock. Oh, it might take years off my life. What? What? Okay. No, I'm not eating the lawn either. We had a salad today with chicken. My chicken was, it was a shop bought chicken that had been cooked on the whatever they call them in the supermarket. I had to put mayonnaise on it because it was dry. You know, I don't like dry chicken. You know. Hi, Granny D. Where's Miguel? Has Miguel been on? Have I missed him? Has he been on and gone off? Or has he not been on at all? Yeah, plant-based. What does that mean? Fake chicken. Plant-based. How can you have plant-based chicken? Plant-based sausages. I mean, I don't like soya because that's not good for you, is it? You know, first they tell you to eat soya, then they tell you it's not good. Plant-based. And then I read an article saying so many young people in the teens and the 20s are going to have big, big problems when they get older because they're not eating enough protein. You know. So what are they going to do? Damage to themselves by the time they're my age. They're going to be protein less, riddled with whatever they're going to get riddled with. There's everything has its drawback, doesn't it? Don't eat this because it'll do this. Don't eat that because it'll do this. And then you eat this and then you're not healthy in the end. I can remember my niece going vegan or vegetarian or something when she was in her teens. Oh my God, she was never away from the doctors. Her face was pimples and everything. And the doctor said to her, look, sorry, you're going to have to start eating some protein or something, yeah? You can't go on like this. He said, your body's craving, you know, that's why your skin's like that. She started eating a bit of fish and a bit of chicken. She didn't want the meat, but she'd eat the fish and the chicken and her skin cleared up. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying anything against vegetarianism if they do it properly. If they go into it and they make sure they've got the supplements and they've got the proteins and everything like that. But you can't suddenly decide to go vegetarian and eat salads and then you're depriving your body of protein. And I'm not eating that. That ruddy tofu or whatever it's called. Yuck. I could never be vegan though. I'm sorry, I like eggs. I like milk. Yeah, it's tofu and soy. How can anybody drink soya milk? It's absolutely vile. But I tell you what made me amused. On my red list of things I can't have, margarine. Margarine, supposed to be healthy for you. I can't have it. It's not on my list. I can eat butter in moderation, but I can't have any margarine. That throws it for me because I hate margarine with a vengeance. As my dad used to say, it's one stage away from wagon oil. Yeah, that's the way they make it. They make it out of whatever. Oh, God, liver. Oh, I can't eat liver. Oh, Lisa. I don't want meat every day. I don't mind having eggs or I don't mind having something else. Yeah, margarine's plastic in a tub, yeah. It's bad for your margarine. Ooh. No, if I'm going to fur my arteries up, I'll fur them up with a bit of proper butter and some full fat milk. Well, that's another thing I shouldn't have if I'm diabetic. Skimmed or semi-skimmed milk is on the red list. You wouldn't think it, would you? People who have this semi-skimmed milk and skimmed milk because they want to be healthy. Well, it turns out I can't have it because I'm diabetic. I can have this oat milk and all that. Who the heck wants that? Rice milk. The Sangy and garlic bread, don't blame you. Don't blame you, Nana Michelle. Can't beat a bit of garlic bread. I don't sleep with anybody. I don't have a partner. I don't care if I breathe on the dogs, you know. Yeah. For those of you who missed my little doggy, you'll have to rewind to the beginning because you saw my little puppy. Well, she's not mine. She's a family's. Garlic bread. Oh, it's great, isn't it? Homemade garlic bread is the best. Or if you go to an Italian restaurant and they make it in the round. Rice cakes, no. It's like eating styrofoam. How can you eat rice cakes? You might as well eat the styrofoam packing that comes on things. No, I love the round. When you go to an Italian restaurant, you get the round garlic bread and it's got pieces of garlic on the top of it. Not garlic butter, it's got literally pieces of garlic. I used to go past an Italian place when I was up on the village and they used to be fire up the ovens, they were cooking the garlic bread. Oh, God, I used to be, when I was going around the village. Nothing nicer than the smell of garlic wafting. That and barbecues. The smell of barbecue and chicken always reminds me of Greece. Oh, Mars bar. No, 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 nuts in this. Lots of calories, lots of sugar that I shouldn't be having, but no nuts. No, barbecue chicken always reminds me of Greece. Because wherever you go in Greece, um, they barbecue everything. A romantic dinner with Chris. You have all the ladies jealous now, Kaz. If Chris ever comes to the UK, he'll get mobbed. All these women wanting your body, Chris. They'll be saying, form an orderly line. Chris is signing autographs. It'll be like a book signing without a book, won't it? You know, you can take your video or your Instagram or whatever of you and Chris when he'll sign it at the bottom. I'm not that wild about kebabs. I'm always a bit wondering how long they've had the kebab meat on that spit thing. I don't mind a shish, you know, where they cook them on a spindle, rather than off when they carve it off. You've dropped me a stitch. I can't even do mine. I couldn't even get past the first row. I couldn't concentrate. Somebody at the knit club said, have you got one of those machines that you turn a little handle, you know, and it knits? I went, yeah. Oh, have you got? I said, yeah, but you turn a little handle and the stitch drops down. I said, and you can't latch it up like you can with hand knitting. She goes, oh, there was a woman on YouTube, she said, and she had an electric drill and it was whizzing the handle round. It was going zzz. I thought, how to wear out your machine? They're only plastic. You know, I'm happy just turning the little handle. But I think they're made for, if you've ever had one of these Addy machines, I think they're made for American yarn. Because, oh, hi, McGrath. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. I'm not concentrating. If I do them in double knitting, a hat would only fit a kiddie. And if I do it in Aran, with certain Arans, it's too thick. So you're like, trying to turn the machine round. So I think they're meant for, you know, the American yarn size 4. I think that's what they were designed for. And they just don't really work with English yarn. I got the small one thinking I could make baby hats, but they just about turn out premature baby hats. Is about all they turn out. Yeah. I know Margaret, that sheepishly sharing, she used to do loads of things on hers, but she always used a red heart, which I think is like, it's in between our double knit and our Aran. Our Aran is too thick and our double knit is too thin. So, but she said, oh, I was going to borrow one. She said, but the lady who had it said she didn't use it and she gave it to her granddaughter or something. I said, well, don't use mine. I said, I'm not part of it. I said, because I paid 70 odd, I mean, about 100 quid now. But get me a bikini out of, do you want to put people off? You know, me in a bikini. I've already said I was going to make those festival tops, but not for me. You know, do you want people to be physically sick? Me in a bikini. I haven't worn a bikini since my 30s. And even then it was a push and shove job. You know, I had to have one with a bigger pair of pants, yeah. I do actually have a picture of me wearing a bikini somewhere. But I was thin back then. Well, like that back then. I do actually have one somewhere. If I find it, I'll put it on. You can all have a laugh. That I did, just to prove I actually did wear a bikini once. But the trouble is, my photographs now are upstairs somewhere in the crawl space, and I keep asking my daughter-in-law, she'll fetch them out, because my family wanted to see some photographs of my family from a long time ago. I've got some old photos, and I was going to, scan them and send them to my family. The pictures of like my mum's generation, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Rollers off it. Well, no, Shad's only a skinny. He's only a little one. I'd be like one of those, Blackpool postcards if you're in the UK, you know what I mean? Little Shad, big me. Shad will probably come up to my shoulder somewhere. Oh, you're only little. I'm not tall, Kaz. I'm not tall, but what I make up for in the lack of height, I make up for in the width. Yeah. So, there's no way. I remember once when I used to go onto these dating sites when I was in my 30s or whatever, 40s. 40s, I think I'd be. I never lied. I always said I was a big girl. I was a, plus size girl. And I was smaller than I am now. And I can remember one guy and he said, you're really pretty and I really like you when he met me. Really like you, he said, but no, I couldn't go out with anybody your size. And I thought, if I'd have lied like loads of women do and say, I'm a tiny little bit overweight, but I didn't lie. I said I was a plus size lady, so what was he moaning at? And I put accurate photographs on. I wasn't one of them who dug a photograph up from when I was 25. I met one guy, honest to God, don't know whose photograph he put up, but it wasn't him. I'm like, we'll just call it a draw, shall we? I said, you don't look anything like your photo. Oh, is that good or bad? I said, bad. I thought you might as well call a spade, you know what I mean? I'm 5'2", Kaz, but I'm 5'2" in both directions, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say, I'm this, I'm that. I mean, a mate of mine, he was chatting to this woman and she had like long red hair and everything on her pictures. It was the days before you could YouTube chat and all that jazz. And she rolled up and she had iron grey hair and she was like obviously about 30 years older. And he said to her, whose photo did you put up? He said, your daughter's. And she goes, don't be cheeky. He said, well, it wasn't you. Yeah. Oh, you're quite a sight in a bikini, I would imagine so, Ethan. You want to see Chris in one? No, I think Chris in a pair of, I won't say budgie smugglers because they're not my favourite unless you're a diver, like, what's he call that, Tom Daly. I think the only people who should wear budgie smugglers are Speedos are like lifesavers or whatever. They're the only ones I want to see in a Speedo, yeah. Oh, Mankini, oh my God. Yeah. Oh, good night, McGrath. Good night. Speedos are for the young and very, very fit. They are not for anybody with a beard belly. You still see them on the beach, don't you? Do they not look in the mirror? What do they look like in a pair of Speedos? It's like seeing some crepey old woman in a bikini. Just because she can fit in one doesn't mean she should wear it, if you know what I mean. If you're all crepey and you're over 70, put it in a swimsuit, yeah? We don't want to see your crepey lines, yeah? Yeah, that's what Borat wore, that mankini, yeah. Not a flattering sight. I mean, some of the bikinis, some these, I mean, younger people, yeah, you can get away with it, can't they? You know, wearing something that's like about 3 inches of thread, you know. But when you get somebody who's like over 70 and she's like suntanned and wrinkly, you know the ones I mean, they like look as though they've been painted with varnish, don't they? They're like so brown, but they've got wrinkles and stretch marks, and they're wearing a teeny weeny little bikini, and you're like, oh, please. You know, please cover yourself up, love. You'd look far nicer in a swimsuit. You know, no. There's certain things I wouldn't wear, and a bikini is definitely one of them. I might wear a tank top and shorts on the beach, not anywhere else. You're a fool, Ethan. It's a wonder you haven't dyed it rainbow colours. Yeah, like Madge from Benidorm, yeah. You know, when women I've got them, but I don't put them on view. When women get older, you get these like crepey bits here, you know. Yeah. Hi, Daniel! Hi, Daniel. How are you doing? No, I saw a guy once. He was quite a fit looking young man, white Speedos, went in the sea, came out. And I was with my husband at the time, I said, go and tell him that his white Speedos are transparent now, they're wet. And he goes, I'm not telling him, you go and tell him. I said, well, he's striding up the beach and he has obviously got no idea that all his wares are on display. You know, somebody go and tell him. Oh, he wouldn't. I hope somebody told him eventually. I finished the knitted cardigan. It's not been blocked, Ephraim, and it's not got its buttons on. But it's finished. It's finished. It's all finished. But it needs blocking because it's obviously, I know it's acrylic, but it's curling at the front. I thought I had some buttons in my shed, but I don't. And I need to sort that out. You know, get that blocked so it's not like so pinch looking. Yeah, I need to damp. Can I make you go? No, I don't make things for anybody anymore, Henry. Sorry. There's plenty of you look on Etsy. I don't do any orders anymore. I've given it up. I only do what I want to do these days. Not into a lot, really. I'm hoping to get rid of some of my stuff that's already made at this craft fair. Whether I will or whether I won't, I don't know, but it's 15 quid for a stall. Oh, yeah, I'm keeping the cardigan. That's my summer cardigan. It's to go with my dresses, Lydia. Yeah, I'm going to try the craft stall. I might not sell anything, but it's worth a punt, isn't it? You know, you have to be in it to win it, don't you? You might sell something. So if it only gets my name known, that people will look at my other stuff. I'm still looking for a site to put it on, if you know what I mean. Etsy won't let me do UK only for some reason. Other people can do it. But for some reason or other, Etsy, because I did it UK, I did it all worldwide, my settings must be for worldwide and I can't get it to change. And when I put like free postage, which I can do in the UK because I can add it onto the cost of the whatever, and it's not that much. But obviously, it then says free postage for all the world. Well, it's not. If I've only added £3 on for postage, because I never charge for the packing or anything like that, I just charge what the postage costs. And if it says it's worldwide, I can't send to America for £3. Shoosh, they must be joking. I keep thinking I'll have another go. See if I can make sure UK only. If anybody wants me to send to the US, then they would have to private message me. And I'd have to tell them how much the postage would be. You know, but Etsy won't let me do it for some reason or other. I lost my temper with it. I did try a couple of months back, and I tried everything I could to make it UK only, but it wouldn't let me. Yeah, it kept saying worldwide free postage. No, can't do worldwide free postage for £3. Costs me about anything between £16–20, even more to post a cardigan to America, depending on the weight, of course. And the online thing for the post office is so wrong. I used to get my scales, used to weigh everything, put it in, and it used to tell me it was so much. And every time I went to the post office, it was so much more. And I used to think, I've just looked on the post office site, and it's just told me how much it would be for a weight of so much. And then I go up to the post office, and it's much more than that. So, it's what put me off, really. Put me off. Plus, I didn't want to take any more orders. I just want to sell what I've got. End of story. Then I can just make what I want and try to sell what I want. But not have people saying, can you make it me in green? Can you make it me in merino? Can you make it me in fine cotton? Nibbler's still there. Oh, good show. He's a trooper. He's a trooper. Yeah. I follow the guy with the chihuahuas, and he's lost 2 of his chihuahuas just recently. I mean, they had medical problems and they were elderly. I mean, he's bound to lose his little dogs because that's what he does. He takes them in when they're poorly. He takes them in with medical issues when nobody else will touch them. So he's bound to lose a few along the way. But he gets so upset when he loses them. See you later, Debs. It's very upsetting when you lose an animal. They're part of the family, aren't they? When I lost Buster and people said, it's just a dog, why are you getting so upset? I felt like hitting him with something heavy. How do you say it's just a dog? He was in my family 14 years, He wasn't just a dog. He was... Hi, Patricia. It's very upsetting to lose an animal. I mean, even if it's only a white mouse or something like that, if it's been your little friend, it's still upsetting. Yeah, he's doing well then if he's 16. We lost ours, they were both 14. One was 11 and the other 2 were 14. But poor Poppy, I mean, she was just riddled with cancer. I'm glad in a way she died on the operating table. She didn't come round because we would have had to make the choice of putting her to sleep because she was just absolutely riddled with cancer. Hey! Animals, yeah. I mean, luckily we got Rosie before we lost Poppy. So it wasn't like we got Rosie to replace Poppy, if you're with me. We got Rosie to be a companion to Poppy. But, they had a couple of months together before Poppy passed away. And now we've got the little one to be a companion to Rosie. So they'll be brought up together. One's 9 weeks and the other one's 9 months. So there's not much between them, really. I mean, Rosie's a bit of our cat run up your alley. She's part Patterdale, they think, and part Lurcher. But because she's a street dog from Romania, we don't really know what the heck she is yet. But they're usually pretty hardy. I mean, she survived Parvo. She caught Parvo as a puppy. We thought we were going to lose her before we got her. But there was only 2 out of a litter of 9 that survived. And Rosie was one of them, yeah. So, of course, we took her to the vet when we got her. We should have got her at 4 months, but she was 5 months when we got her. And we took her straight to the vet, make sure she was A-OK and all that jazz. And she got a clean bill of health. She was absolutely fine. So hopefully she's a hardy little monkey. But I don't like to think how long little bulldogs, what do you call them? I'm going to put your 3X cardigans in 4-ply with lots of lace and cables, yeah. Ephraim, you know what you can do, don't you, dear? But I refuse to swear. Yeah. Yeah, you forgot to say you want it for next week as well. And have you done it then? Yeah, I don't know how long French bulldogs live. Hopefully she'll outlive me, then I won't have to lose another dog. Hopefully they'll both be around when I've gone. Yeah. And I don't have to wave goodbye to another dog. The little one is a little monkey. She keeps finding my crocheting hardback books and chewing them, their spine. Now, Rosie's never touched a pattern book until Trixie started biting them. And now Rosie started biting them. I'll have to move them. I had them underneath the coffee table, which were quite all right because Rosie's never bothered. Rosie is a wool fiend. She finds a ball of wool, she's bag it all around the garden. So I don't let her hear Daniel's wool. Don't let her hear it at all. It's up on the top here where she can't reach it. I think I've found a nice pattern actually for Daniel's wool. It's I think it's one of Annie's. Can't think what it was called now. It's like it's a poncho-y shawl, but you put buttons down it there to make it into a poncho. But I think you could leave it as a shawl without putting the buttons on it, if you know what I mean. Now they've done it in a main colour and like a rainbowy one. But I think I could do it in different colours with the navy, going in between it. I'll have to read. I only saw it today. I didn't actually read the pattern. So I thought, oh, now that looks promising. I could do all the colours in that. He's £135. Oh, Rottweiler. Oh, God, she was 9 stone, whatever that is. 9 times 14. That's probably about the same weight as your baby. Yeah, 9 stone she was. When she sat on you, you knew she sat on you, if you know what I mean. And when she wanted to go somewhere, our Rottweiler, she just went somewhere, yeah. My boxer cross thought he was a lap dog. He was so heavy. And he used to climb all over me and sit on my knee. He was a boxer crossed with a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. He was a big thing. Well, you've seen pictures of him, haven't you? He was big. Oh, you want your cardigan by Wednesday? Right, okay, I'll see what I can do, Ephraim. Tell you, nobody messed with our Sky. She was as gentle as they come, unless she said one word to her. I never knew what the word was, but she had one command word from my son. And if anybody was in any difficulties, he'd said this command word to her and she would go for him. She would literally go for him. But he trained her that way because his wife used to take her out on her own, like with, late at night or something. And he knew that she was always safe because she knew the command word as well. And Oh, Ephraim made me a lovely sweater. In fact, when I was moving, Ephraim, I found your sweater. It was right at the back of my cupboard. And I'd completely forgotten all about it. I brought it with me. I got rid of a load of my sweaters, but I didn't get rid of the one that you bought. You made for me, Ephraim. I brought it with me. Mm. You're tired, are you, Enid? Why are you so tired? What have you been doing? Yeah, I'm still waiting for my wool that I did. I mean, she will send it me. I don't think she's, she's not going to not send it me or whatever. Yeah. Oh, you slept bad. Yeah. I was sat on my son's settee in the conservatory, nursing the puppy, and my back. Yeah. When I sit on a different chair or a different, I'm the same when I go to knit club. When I sit on the chairs at knit club, when I come back, I've always got backache. I don't know what there is. I have to sit on my own chair. My own chair is like supportive. It's one of those rise and recliner things, yeah. And it's supportive. And this chair is supportive. This is why I got this one, because it's got like the padding and the back and everything. And oh, you're going to crochet a mankini? Yeah. Oh, I have a lot of headaches, Kaz. It's because I've got spondylitis in my neck. If I'm lying in bed and my neck's in a funny position, just can be just a little bit to one side or whatever. When I wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, boom, my neck. I kept saying to the doctor, I'm getting a headache, but it's in my neck. And he's like looking at me. What do you mean? I said, well, it's at the back. It's not a headache here, boom, boom, boom. It's at the back of my head, the back of my neck. Sometimes I get tired just holding it up. I found this very helpful. It's supposed to have like, can you see magnets on it? But it just goes around the back of my neck. But obviously I don't wear it when I'm sleeping in case I choke myself in the night, yeah. But during the day, and it just holds your neck that little bit firmer. Oh, I used to have migraines. Mine was the pill, when I was on the pill when I was young. I tell you, when I had my hysterectomy, I was so glad to get rid of that pill. My migraines just disappeared. I used to get where I used to lose the sight out of one eye and everything was going like that. Your sock's done and you're going to run some errands, right? Okay, Lydia, we'll see you next week, hopefully. No, migraines, I used to have to go to bed when I had a migraine. I couldn't stand light, anything. I used to put wet cloths across my eyes. Oh, God, and I used to get about 2 or 3 a week until they took me off the pill. And then I was fine. Some people, it just affects them, yeah. And I can't drink red wine. Can't drink red wine. That gives me a migraine from hell. And I don't suffer with them anymore, touching wood. But if I drank red wine, boy, would I have a migraine. I mean, some people it's cheese, some people it's chocolate. Fortunately, it's not chocolate with me. I had a friend who cheese used to set her off. Any kind of cheese. Yeah. But he was up at 5:30. The only time I'm up at 5:30, Kaz, is to visit the bathroom, and then I get back in bed again. Except for the nights I don't sleep. I've started doing about 3 or 4 nights sleeping, and then I have one night when I can't get to sleep. And I can be up unawake all night. And then when the alarm goes and I stop the alarm, I'll fall asleep. Now, work that out. I can be up all through the night I've tried everything. Tried that kind of music that's supposed to make you go to sleep. I've tried reading. I've tried listening to stories on me Kindle. Yeah, tried everything. And yet, as soon as that alarm goes at 8 o'clock, I go to sleep. Then I sleep till about 1 o'clock. And my son's at it, well, you stay in bed all day, you know. And I said, yeah, but I've only been asleep for what, 5 hours? Because I've only went to sleep at 8 o'clock. And my alarm went off. He said, well, try turning your alarm off. I said, yeah, but then maybe I wouldn't get any sleep at all. Because I can only sleep once the alarm's gone off. Yeah, maybe I am, Patricia. Maybe I'm waiting for the alarm to go off. I've tried having alcohol. I've tried having a drink before I go to bed and it doesn't work. I've tried eating chocolate because chocolate usually knocks me off to sleep. I used to say that to my GP. How come when I have a chocolate bar I go to sleep? And he said, I have no idea. Now, thinking back about it, I thought maybe I was a bit of a diabetic way back when. And if I ate a bar of chocolate, it may push my blood sugars up or whatever it did, and maybe I used to fall asleep. But yet back then I wasn't a diabetic because I used to get tested and I wasn't. But set me alarm for 1 o'clock. I'm not usually in bed by then, Cass, to be going off before I got in bed. I'm a demon. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock before I go to bed. I'm a right night owl. And yet I get so angry because I lose half of my day. I lose all the morning completely. I smoke a joint. I've never smoked in my life, and I certainly wouldn't know even where to get any. Yeah. I don't have red wine. My daughter-in-law drinks red wine. I think she switched on to rosé at the moment, yeah. Yeah, my son only... Is it my son that drinks the red wine? Oh, I can't remember. One of them drinks the red wine. One drinks white. I can't remember which way. A good Merlot. I'm not into wine, really. I still got a big bottle of wine with a little bit left in it of some cheap Lambrini or Lambrusco or something, yeah. Hi, Melly. Good evening. And it's still in the fridge with a bit left in it. Hash cakes. I wouldn't know where to get the ash from, Nathan, and I certainly don't cook anymore. If I have a big drink of alcohol, John, I go to sleep like that, but then I wake up about 2 in the morning, and then I can't get to sleep. Yeah, it knocks me out, flat out, but I don't stay asleep if you're with me. I'm just not a lover of wine. I'm really not. Yeah, they're the only kind of ash I've got as well, Kaz. Oh, what was that? Something went ping. Oh, I know, it was my beads. Thinking I'm getting funny pings then. It's one of my granddaughter's birthdays today. Don't ask me how old she is, I don't know. And it's also my friend Balvinder's birthday today. Not seen him for years. It's funny how you can have a friend for 30 years, isn't it? And you don't see them. And yet I still call him my friend. And I haven't seen him for... Oh, well, I tell a lie. I did bump into him at the hospital when he was at the hospital as his mum was in. She was actually dying at the time. So we passed and said hello in the corridor, yeah? And, but I haven't really seen him to speak to. We speak on the phone a lot, yeah. But it's funny how, yeah, he started off being my son's friend and he sort of drifted into being mine. Don't know how he managed that, but yeah, Donald, whatever. Yeah, so I stayed friends with him. My son is vaguely friends with him, but he doesn't ring him or anything. Yeah, I don't like taking sleeping tablets. I'll take a muscle relaxer if I'm really needing a sleep and I've got neck ache or something. I'll take an ibuprofen or something. But I have terrible backache. It's really killing me at the minute. I really should go back to the GP and ask for painkillers again, but they're not on my repeat anymore. I stopped them when I was having the injections, the pain injections that they won't give me anymore. So maybe I should ask them for some painkillers. My daughter-in-law says I'm being stupid that I don't take them. I just don't like the feeling of being drugged up. I used to take like 8 a day before I started on the spinal injections. Now, Sue can still have the cortisone, the spinal injections. I was great with them. They just took the edge off. Didn't take the pain away, took the edge off. But it meant that I could do a lot more, whereas now I can't do anything. So maybe I should go back on the painkillers, although I'm not looking forward to it, really. I mean, they gave me morphine patches. I've got them somewhere in the cupboard, but they didn't work. I stuck a morphine patch on and I didn't feel one iota of difference. I'm sure they gave me placebos. Because they gave me one lot and I said they didn't work, and he gave me some that was twice as strong, allegedly. He said to me, "How are you getting on with them?" I said, "I don't feel any different." You listen to YouTubes about outer space. I listen to videos about rain. There's something about rain, like on a tin roof, that knocks me to sleep. It comes from when we used to go to the caravan a lot. It used to seem to always rain overnight. And, there was something about the pattering of rain, on a caravan roof that used to make me go to sleep. Maybe I should sleep outside in the caravan. We've got a caravan in the drive. Maybe I should go out there and sleep in there. Except it might be a bit cold. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Fountains do that with me. My friend used to have a fountain in her garden. And when it was gorgeous weather, we'd sit outside, have a coffee and that. Oh, I said to her, "Give up. Will you turn that fountain off?" I said, "I'm peeing myself here." She was just laugh at me. "I don't hear it." I said, "I can hear it." I mean, we were talking about getting a water feature in the garden here, but then we decided against it because we really didn't have room. Yeah, put the caravan inside my house. Yeah. I sleep on a boat as well. The rocking of a boat. I can sleep no problem on a boat. Yeah. The guy across the road's got a yacht, but it's in his driveway. Do you think if I asked him nicely, he might let me go and sleep in it? But it wouldn't be rocking, would it? Get a hammock, yeah. Got no room in here. I could string it across the... Sleep in the garden in the summer, couldn't I? Get it strung between the trees. Get a hammock, yeah. I should have bought one of those. What am I drinking? I'm drinking Dandelion and Burdock. Hoopers. 4% alcohol, so it's not exactly going to get me drunk. That won't make me sleep, will it? But it tastes nice, that's all I'll say. It tastes nice. Yeah, instead of buying a lounger. Because the lounger and everything, all the garden furniture arrived when summer went, so it's all stashed in the summer house at the moment. We've never even unwrapped it, yeah. And I should have got a hammock instead, shouldn't I? One of those big swinging hammock things. Except I'd have never got in it. You've seen all those videos on YouTube, haven't you? People trying to climb in a hammock and it turns right around me. I'd never get in it. Or if I got in it, I'd never get out of it. Yeah, I could do one of those, except we'd probably pull the ceiling down in here. They're meant for houses that were good old-fashioned houses that had proper ceilings and they weren't built by the Jerrys, you know what I mean? I think our ceiling had probably come down. Well, it would with my weight. Yeah, perhaps I should get one of those, like, you know, not like a four-poster bed, but you know when you see them for kiddies, and it's like a tent thing that goes over the bed. It's meant to make the kiddie, you know, think it's in a tent or something. Yeah, I do look at them. You know, when you go to places like IKEA and they have these like tenty things that look like caterpillars and all sorts, you know. What? Do you know I can't get in my bed? I have a struggle. It's so high. Oh, murder investigation launched after a boy 16 stabbed to death. Oh my God. How many more stabbings are we going to have? I've got a shower pole thing to put up tomorrow in my bedroom. What happened to the woman who swallowed a fly? Perhaps she'll die. um, yeah, she swallowed a spider to catch the fly, and it wriggled and wriggled and wriggled inside her. She swallowed a cat to catch the spider that wriggled and wriggled and wriggled inside her. She swallowed a dog to catch the cat, and then she swallowed a whatever it is to catch the dog, and that's the end of that or something. Yeah. Sleep good. I'd never get up off the ground, Shad. You'd have to have a hammock between two trees for me. Manchester's having too many stabbings, shootings, and blowing people up and stuff. I don't know what's going into Manchester at all. Mainly around here, there's supposed to be a guy roaming around at 5 o'clock in the morning with a hunting knife. The other day, I thought, try coming in here, mate. Hunting knife or no hunting knife, yeah. Caravanning's all right, and glamping might be all right if I had a bed in a tent. But you can't get the weather, can you, over here, yeah? I think she died. Oh, God, yeah, you can't use pregnancy as an excuse for stabbing your boyfriend, can you? Although I felt like stabbing mine a few times. I actually really did stab my ex-husband, yeah. He came in late for his dinner and he was being critical about what I was doing, and I was carving the meat. And he come out with something or other, and I just turned around and threw the knife. And it was like the cartoon. It whizzed past his head and stuck in the wall, and it was going bee in the wall. I mean, I wasn't actually aiming for him. I just threw it. It was like one of the sideshows in the circus, you know. Poof. And he's like, "What did you do that for?" I said, "Don't speak to me like that." So I just calmly walked out. Caravanning is when you spend a holiday in a caravan. That's what caravanning is, yeah. Where you wheel this little trailer thing behind you and you go, the look on his face, oh God, I tell you, we're like, what you done that for? You could have killed me. I thought, if I'd have aimed, maybe I would have done, but I didn't aim for him. I actually just threw the knife. But it just it practically cut his hair off. It was stuck in the wall. And all he said was, you made a mess of the wall now. Look at that. I'm going to have to put some, what's it called, filler. I thought, yeah. John's in Ireland, so he should know what a caravan is, yeah. Our camper van's just bitten the dust. It was parked up over the winter, and apparently the roof failed and all the wet came in. So we've now got a defunct camper van. We're just going to sell it for spares. It's a trailer in the US, but John's in Ireland, so it should be a caravan in Ireland, surely. I never know why they call them a trailer in the US when they don't move. A trailer in the US usually means a static caravan. Yeah, no such luck, Patricia, no. Yeah. Well, caravanning means when you tote your caravan and you go and park it up somewhere nice in Wales. I think my ex-husband's got a caravan in Wales that they use for holidays and weekends and stuff. I wouldn't know. I don't want to go. I'd be frightened of breathing in it. He's so fussy. Anything, there was a speck of dust anywhere left behind or a crumb. Oh, I'd be feared to death. I'll let it go in there, yeah. Yeah, we've got a little caravan. It's on the drive. At the moment, it's our guest accommodation. But my son and daughter-in-law went to B&Q today and got some wallpaper. So they're going to wallpaper the spare bedroom stroke, whatever room it is, the one I used to sleep in before I moved into my bedroom. It's a room downstairs that we sort of walk through to go to the conservatory. We're not turning this into a bedroom because, people don't stay on a regular basis. But we thought of maybe getting a bed sofa, bed settee, whatever you want to call it, so that we could put somebody up like overnight, if we wanted to. Bye, Isaac. Say hello to the pigeons for me tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it'll be like an overnight bed, in case Sue wants to come down and stay overnight. Because it won't be really a bedroom because you have to walk through to get to the conservatory. So it's a bit, somebody would have to get up pretty early, wouldn't they, really? It's there, isn't it? It'll be like a second sort of sitting room or whatever you want to call it. Some of the kids to play when they come to visit. Something, whatever. It'll be, at least it'll be decorated, it'll be done. At the moment, it's just an empty room, yeah. Yeah, it'll be a place if Sue wants to stay overnight or if any of the family want to stay overnight. Because at the moment, they've got to stay in the caravan. And obviously with the little ones stay and they sleep with my daughter-in-law when the little ones come because they're only 4 and 5. And my son has to sleep on the sofa in their lounge, so it would be another place for my son to sleep. At least he would have a bed, wouldn't he, when the kids come? That he could sleep downstairs, because sometimes he's got to go to work, and I mean, you can't get a good sleep on a sofa, can you? So, yeah, the Irish gypsies have those, like, horse-drawn caravans, yeah. Yeah, we're thinking of a day bed or a bed settee or something like that. Just so that at least my son could have a good night's sleep, couldn't he, if he has to give up his bed? Because the little ones are too small to sleep downstairs on their own, yeah. So maybe my daughter-in-law might sleep downstairs with the kids and my son could sleep upstairs. I don't know how it would work. But they're too small at the moment to sleep on their own. If the bigger girls come, they're 14 and 16, they'd be fine. They could sleep. But they like sleeping in the caravan because they like the seclusion of it, being on their own and talking and that. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, the little ones want us to do the summer house up so they can camp out. But they'll only be in the garden, if you know what I mean. So, good night, Jeannie. So, they may camp out in the summer house. Their idea of camping. In that case, my daughter-in-law would probably sleep downstairs to keep her eye on them because they're only little yet. Yeah. Downstairs, I've got a bedroom downstairs, Nathan, and I've got the lounge downstairs. But we've now built a massive big conservatory that runs the full width of the house. But there's also another room that we were going to turn into a dining room, but we've put the dining table now into the conservatory. So we've got this empty room that we just keep walking through, really, which is a waste of a room. So that's what we're doing it up for now. Yeah, I don't suppose there's many. Well, I think there is still horse-drawn carriages, isn't there? Because they're for um, holidays, aren't they? People go on holidays, don't they? And go in these horse-drawn caravans, yeah. Get a tent. Well, we might get them a little tent, just a play tent, but not to sleep in. A play tent when they're, a bit older. We haven't got the garden finished yet, Shad. We've got a lawn on it. But we've not got any flowers or any flower beds or any pots or anything. That'll come in the summer. We decided not to bother until the spring came, to get some bulbs and things to grow and stuff. Yeah, gypsy caravans, honestly, yeah. Well, they call them a vada, do they call them? Am I getting that wrong? There used to be a gypsy on Blackpool seafront, but if she was a real gypsy, called Petrolengo. Don't know what her first name was. And there used to be a bloke who did the horoscopes in one of the newspapers called Leon Petrolengo. Yeah, Vader, yeah. People hire them now, don't they, and go on holiday in them. I don't know how they do for bathroom facilities. Maybe just hire them during the day and park at a campsite, where there's toilets and showers and stuff. That's the only thing that would worry me about. Oh, they were related, were they? Yeah. That's the only thing that would worry me about these Vadas or Vedas and stuff like that. I like running water. This is what I don't like camping, because to have to trot along to some campsite showers and campsite toilets in the middle of the night. Oh, no. I've got Irish heritage, actually, John. Part of my family came from Ireland a long time ago because they finished up in Liverpool. So they're from Ireland. Dig a hole. Excuse me, Shad, I'm not peeing in a hole. No, I'm not Romany. I've just got some Irish blood. Irish and Scottish and English is me. Oh yeah, the Airstream. Now you're talking. What were their surnames? I know they were called Star, Starr. But before that, there was another name. I've got a family tree somewhere. Um, I know people keep telling me they're related to me through somewhere along the line. I have got my family. I'll look them up for you next week, John. I know I've got a family heritage going back quite a way. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the American RVs, you never fit them on the English roads. A friend of my son's his friend had one, and they used to go to motorbike, what do you call them? Motorbike weekends, where they did motorbike racing and stuff. And they used to all sleep in this big RV. It was massive. But, it's hard to negotiate. Our roads are just not meant for an RV. Motorhome's about as big as you get. Yeah, I know it's. My aunt used to always go so, and she always used to get what do you call it? Yeah, shamrock, is it? You know when you wore it on the Irish Day? What was it they pin on the jackets? It used to look like a bit of green spinach to me. I used to get it sent over from Ireland every year. Is it shamrock? Yeah, I don't know. What do you wear on your lapel? Some green stuff. She used to get it. It used to come in a little cake box every year from Ireland. And she used to pin it on a jacket because she used to say we were Irish. I've got a 4-leaf clover in my purse. It's supposed to be lucky. My friend has a caravan and she was taking her dog a walk and she found this 4-leaf clover. And I said, oh my God, you're so lucky. Anyway, I got a message back about 2 days later. She said, you're not going to believe it, Jan, but I found another one. She said, because you move in house and everything, she says, I'm going to give it you. Because I'd given her I gave her all my scraps of wool and everything because she was doing stuff for charity. And I gave her bags and bags of part bowls of wool. Because I couldn't bring them with me, I hadn't got the room. And she gave me this 4-leaf clover and it's still in my purse, yeah, in a little organza bag, yeah. I'm not sure if it's brought me any luck or not. Hasn't brought me any bad luck, that's all I can say. So maybe it's working. I've got, like, I think everybody has some sort of Scandinavian. You know, it comes from the Vikings, doesn't it, when they invaded wherever. I think we've all got a bit of that in us. But I've got something weird. I've got, like, not Kosovo, but somewhere like that I've got in mind. But it's like kind of, people were saying, oh, a lot of people come from like the Turkey, you know, around there, came over years and years and years back. That might be where the blood comes from. It was only a very small percentage I have. So I'm thinking, my God, I'm not a Kosovan, or whatever it is. It's amazing where you think you're from, and then you're yeah, believe it or not, I was born with red hair. Then it went dark, and then it went whatever colour it is now. I mean, it's definitely white at the sides, isn't it? Look at that white. I wish it would go white everywhere else because it's so dark. It is actually going grey now, but it's so dark. If it was that colour, I'd let it grow out because I quite like that colour. But it's not like even that colour on the other side. I've just got little stripes of it there. Hi, Jane. I wish it would go white. Then I wouldn't have to bleach it anymore and I wouldn't have to bother, would I? And I'm like that, shall I let it just grow out? But I don't think I could stand this demarcation line. You know, when it goes, it's all dark. I don't think I could stand it. I keep saying I will and it gets to about that deep and then I think, no, bleach it, bleach it. Hiya, Jane. Yeah, I can't stand it any longer. I have to bleach it out. I'm getting to that stage now where I'm like, shall I bleach it? Shall I let it grow out? What shall I do? Have any alcoholics in the family? Yes, I do, but not on the Irish side of the family. I'm talking on my mum's side. We had alcoholics on that side. We had about 3 of them. But not on my dad's side where the Irish bit is. I've no idea where my other grand's family come from. My mum had 2 stripes at the side there. The Malin streaks she had. And her hair went up. My grand's, both sides, hair was white when they were in their 70s. And my mum went this beautiful silver grey. But me, no. Dark. It's got grey in it, but it's still dark. Can you see how dark it is? It's annoying. I want it to go grey. well, pale grey. But I can't do without salt and pepper. My family's a bit like that. On my mum's side, we can't go any further back. On my grandma's side, you can do my granddad, but not my grandma. It's just a dead end with my grandma, yeah. You don't have any Scandinavian blood. You're Puerto Rican, Ephraim. There's definitely no Scandinavian in you. See you later, Shad. We'll see you next week, yeah. Hi, Magali. Hi. I keep thinking I'll join that ancestry.com. I'm more interested in what my family did as jobs rather than the DNA. You know, what they did for a living, you know, whether they were... Most of my family on one side worked in cotton mills, but they can't have always worked in cotton mills. You know, you're going back. You know, were they farmers? What were they way back? You know, I keep thinking that, but then you think, oh God, you know, it's so much money to join this ancestry.com stuff to find out who your relatives really are. As I said, the DNA wasn't much help. Yeah. Well, they wouldn't have me either, Enid. Sure, they would consider me to be a bit of a mongrel. Just because my hair's blonde now doesn't mean it's blonde by birth. And I definitely don't have blue eyes. Yeah, mine mostly are factory workers, but I'd like to know what they were before they were factory workers, before they worked in cotton mills. You know, did they come from Ireland because of the potato famine? What? My hair isn't curly, but it's wavy when I leave it to dry. When I leave it to dry on its own, it definitely has this weird curly. My eyes are, I used to always say they were khaki because my dad was in the army, but they do inform me that they're actually hazel. So my dad had blue eyes. My mother's maiden name was Butterworth. Butterworth, my mum was. But her mum was a Day. D-A-Y, Day. We think. But we're not 100% sure. We think she was Elizabeth Day. Yeah, see, I don't know. This is what I'd like to know. You know, exactly. Like, part of my family is supposed to be Scottish. And yet part of my family is supposed to be French. And yet when I had my DNA done, there was no French. Oh, Butterworth's definitely a northern name. My other name, my maiden name was Buckley, which again is a northern name. But my grandma was called De Star. So this is why we think it was French, but we can't find any French in my DNA. It was D-E, then it was S-T-A-R-R-E, De Star. But when they came to England, they just called themselves Star, which was S-T-A-R-R. Because when Ringo Starr came on, we thought we were related to him, but then we found out he was called Richard Starkey. So we weren't related to him at all. Oh, well. Yeah, well, maybe that's where we come from, you see, with the Buckleys. Because my dad's side was the Buckleys, my mum's side was the Butterworths. But my dad's side were also Borthwick, which is Scottish. There was a Borthwick clan. There's actually a Borthwick tartan as well. Yeah, well, that's where they said they'd come from. They said they'd come from Normandy. and it might have been in the 1700s, and they came over to be fustian weavers. Fustian is what they use for hats. And as you remember, years ago, everybody wore a hat, if it was a trilby, a top hat, or whatever it was. And they were supposedly, they'd come from Normandy to be fustian weavers, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it was Destare. Yeah, imagine being related to the. We have a claim to fame with the Beatles. My cousin's husband. Yeah, somebody else said we might have been Dutch. It's only one E though. I misprinted the second E. What was I going to say? Our claim to fame is my cousin was married to Jimmy Nicol. Jimmy Nicol was the drummer who stood in for Ringo Starr when Ringo Starr couldn't go to Germany because he was in hospital having his tonsils taken out. So that is my claim to fame with the Beatles. My cousin's husband was a stand-in drummer. They got divorced, and I don't even know where any of them is. I know where the son is, but I tried to get in touch with the son actually on Facebook, but he didn't answer me. Howard, he's some kind of record producer now. But we don't know if Jimmy's alive, and we don't know if Pat's alive yet, so I don't know. Pat was the same age as my brother, so she would be in her 80s if she was still alive. That's my cousin. But I know she divorced Jimmy, so. But Howard, I mean, is my second cousin, is he? He's my cousin's son. He's still in the music business. He must be in his 60s now, yeah. But as I say, I did try to get in touch with him. Not because everybody else was trying to get in touch with him because of his dad to find out if Jimmy was still alive or not. But I wanted to know if my cousin was still alive. And also I wanted to tell her that my brother had died because they were brought up together, if you know what I mean. And I thought she would have wanted to know if she was still alive, that I'd lost my brother. But Howard never answered me, so. And I did tell him who I was, yeah. No, that's my only claim to fame with the Beatles. Only by second, whatever it is, removed, yeah. But yeah, I'd just like to know if my cousin's still alive or not. Yeah, I mean, you do like to know if your family's still around. We lost touch with her many, many years ago when she moved down to London. And we knew she'd divorced Jimmy, we knew that, but where she went after that, I don't know. It's funny how you lose track with relatives, isn't it? Some you stay in touch with all your life, don't you? And others you just don't know where they go. Yeah. I know where most of my cousins are. I may not be in touch with them constantly, but I do know most of them are. You know, I've got them all over the world. I've got them in New Zealand, I've got them in Australia, I've got them in Canada, I've got them in America. Um, but, you know, some are just. On my dad's side, I know where my cousins are on my dad's side, except for our Pat, Patricia. I don't know where our Pat is. And of course, if she's not called Pat Nicol anymore, I can't find her anywhere because I've typed in Pat Nicol, I've typed in whatever as you search for people, and doesn't come up, you know. I typed in Pat Buckley because that's what she was called before she was married, but I can't find any trace of her. She's not. I presume she's probably passed away. But it's just nice to know, isn't it? To keep to know. And I thought how Howard could have answered the query, is our Pat still alive or not? You know, I thought, is your mum still here? But maybe he thought I was just, at the time, there was a book come out about his dad, Jimmy Nicholl, and everybody was pestering him. Do you know if Jimmy's still alive? Do you know where he is? And he didn't know. He just lost touch with his dad a long time ago. And perhaps he just thought I was one of those people who were making inquiries about his dad. So, yeah, I think I just did the DNA, and I think I should have done the ancestry. When I was at school, I hated history, hated it, because it was all kings and queens and things I was never interested in. And now I am interested in, but more what I call industrial history. You know, the kind that comes on the TV. I mean, I used to love like Fred Dibner when he was talking about the steam engines and steam trains. And I watch Michael Portillo, you know, with the steam engines and the steam trains. And I also watch the Silver Foxes, who have a canal barge and they go up and down the canals. But one of the blokes who's on this Silver Foxes, he always talks about um, when they're going past mills and everything, he'll tell you the history of it. He'll tell you the history of this bridge and that bridge. Yeah, Time Team, I was never interested in them digging up things. You know, I'm more interested in not looking at bits of bone and stuff they dig up out the ground or something. I'm more interested in the history of like the suffragettes and people like that, which we never did at school. I would have been interested in that. But I wasn't interested in kings and queens and, you know, even further back, I always remember the ziggurat of Ur. Now, I don't know what the ziggurat of Ur was, but it sticks in my mind. We did like ancient history, which, now my brother did modern history and politics. But because he was so much older than me at the time, I didn't really show much interest. But now I love industrial history, knowing about cotton mills, knowing about industrial machines. I like seeing the steam engines, the steam trains, but the steam engines that drove, you know, the big cotton mills and things like that. No, you see, I'm not into the Tudors and the history and the kings and the queens. I'm not interested in that. Or in the Romans. No, I'm more modern history. You know, say from the 1900s onwards, or even just a wee bit before that, is what I'm interested in. Yeah. What they call modern history. You know, like I watch things like Foyle's War. I'm interested in anything to do with the Second World War and stuff like that because my dad was in it. And I'm not interested so much in the First World War, but the Second World War, yeah. You know, yeah. You know, like, you know, Guernsey and Jersey when they're under occupation and things like the French, you know, the sort of the underground French, what were they called? The resistance, yeah, the French resistance. I used to watch Hello Hello. Now I know that was a comedy and it was a skit, but I used to like watching, you know, things to do with the French Revolution, not the Revolution, the French, whatever. Um, you know, it's just, but I'm not interested in the French history like King Louis and all. I'm like, I don't care about them. I like the more modern. To that, it's too far back for me to comprehend. I watched that program about the Tower, you know, the Tower of London or something like that. But to me, it's kind of too far back for me. Yeah, you see, my dad was in the Second World War and he used to talk to me all the time. Not the horrible stuff, because remember, I was a child. He would only tell me about the bits that weren't gory, if you're with me. He was in the ACAC, my dad. He was in the radar and the anti-aircraft guns. Um, so, yeah, you know, he used to tell me things like about the Shetlands, where he was up in the Shetlands. He used to tell me where he was stationed down, you know, south where they were keeping. Yeah, they should get the bloody ACAC guns out for that lot, shouldn't they? That keep coming over. So all right, France sticking them in a dinghy and sending them over. Why don't they bloody keep them? You know, we can all do our bit. How come France gets away with sending them all over here? Mm. Yes, I feel sorry for the refugees. I feel sorry for them, but everybody should have their share, not just us. Yeah. Oh, I used to love watching Jacques Cousteau when I was a kid. I mean, it was all in black and white when you think about it, all these fish and things he was seeing underneath the sea. And yet I used to be glued to it when I was a child, and it wasn't even in colour. You know, watching these fish where he used to go under water. I mean, at the time, people going underwater like Jacques Cousteau and diving and that, it was unheard of, really. There wasn't all these, yeah, there were submarines, but they weren't like pleasure submarines or whatever. It was all to do with the war, wasn't it? Yeah. It probably does, Enid. It does sort of make me interested, but I'm actually more interested in industrial, you know, all the mills and the canals and the railway structures and everything like that is more what I'm interested in. Yeah. Now, my dad didn't go, my dad was in England most of the time. He only went to Germany actually when the war was more or less over. He didn't get sent. I always remember my father-in-law, he went to Wipers. I said, it's Ypres. He said, no, it's Wipers. It was Ypres. I said, no, it was the Battle of Ypres. No, Wipers. He was at Wipers. Whatever. We couldn't tell him any different. He still said he served at Wipers, yeah. That must have been what they called it. Never heard of the French word Ypres. Yeah, you see, that's what used to get me. I used to watch Who Do You Think You Are? And I didn't like the American ones because all they were interested in was whether they were in the Confederate Army or whatever. And I used to think, you know, that's all you're interested in going back to. And I used to get bored with it. I used to like the ones, the Americans who found out they were actually from Poland. You know, I didn't want the ones that wanted to go back to, you know, Custer and the Last Stand and that. I love the ones who think that they're British and they know they're British through and through, and then they find out they're German. I always remember, what was he called now? Ah, Julian Clary. When he was going to do it, his mother said to him, I don't mind who you find out, who our ancestors are, so long as they're not German. And what was the first thing he found out? They were German. Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to know what was. My family were probably servants and skivvies, you know. There wouldn't be any noblemen, I doubt very much. Like people on Who Do You Think You Are find they're related to Henry VIII or something. I doubt it with my family. They were probably all skivvies or they ploughed the fields or something. I can't think any of them would ever be anything. I don't think I'm from nobility or anything like that. Yeah. Although I did once go to a woman who was reading cards or reading something. And she said to me, she said, you've got an aura all around you. She said, a purple aura. And I thought, well, that's funny because that's my favourite colour. She said, it's regal. So she said, it's nobility, but it's not English. She said, it's French nobility. Now, she didn't know me. She'd never met me. And she said, I can see you with French nobility. Of course, my friend was tickle pink. She'd come with me and she's going, Queen Jan. So I would love to have known whether she'd just pulled that out of the air. She was just saying something. But she did say at the time, she said, your son's got a problem with his tooth. And I thought, no, he doesn't. She said he needs to go and see the dentist because he's got a hole in his tooth. So I went back and I said to my son, and he said, load of rubbish, to tell you anything. And I said, she said, you've got a hole in your tooth. And he just looked at me and he said, I do. And he never told me, so I didn't know. So how the heck did she say he needs to go to the dentist? He's got a hole in his tooth. Yeah. So, yeah, Madame de Star. I'd like to be Madame de Star. Do I look French? Mais oui. Mais oui, madame. Comment ça va? Comment allez-vous ce soir? That's a bit of my schoolgirl French. I do try every now and again to follow a bit of French, and I can't. I can read a bit of French. But when you think I was, 16 when I did French, and I'm 76 now, that's 60 years gone down the drain, isn't it? Yeah, Jeanne de Star. That'd be nice, that, wouldn't it? Be a great name for a stripper, wouldn't it? Jeanne de Star. Or if I wanted to tell horoscopes or something like that. Or, could be my trade name, couldn't it? My new crochet name. Instead of Urban Gypsy Crochet, I could be Jeanne de Star. Or I could change it to Jeanette, couldn't I? Jeanette de Star. Oh, the airs and graces on that woman. Yeah. Well, I was undecided what I was going to start crocheting. Perhaps I can crochet that little top for that girl who's been helping me. Well, I used to do belly dancing, not professionally before you go anywhere. I joined a belly dancing troupe, just training, just because somebody had said, when my back wasn't like it is now, that it would help with my spine to firm up the muscles, your core structure. Apparently belly dancing is very good for strengthening the muscles either side of your spine. And I did used to enjoy it until, my back got worse, yeah. We have got dishcloth cotton, what we call over here. It's just in white or beige. It doesn't come in any colours. And it's very rough and it's quite thick. In fact, I gave my last white dishcloth cotton to my friend. She was using it for a toy, I think, or something she was using it for. So, but if we wanted to get things like sugar and cream or something, oh boy, do we have to pay through the nose for that. So, yeah, I'm sad about the ice yarn, though, because I really do like ice yarn. I've not even tried the Hobium and the Hobby, because I don't know how much the postage and whether they stick tax on that. It's just such a nuisance, this import tax and stuff. It's bad enough with the postage. But you can understand the postage because there's nothing people can do about the postage. It costs that much to send things, doesn't it? But the import tax, hell's teeth. God, it's only a bit of knitting wool. It's not like we're importing to sell it or something, is it? We're not like a shop or a big consortium that's all ordering 100 T-shirts or something like that. But having to pay import tax on a bit of wool, and by gum, it's a lot. I can understand about a few percent you have to pay. But, they're just ridiculous. That bag a day. Well, you see, it depends whether she's had to pay you see, every country's different, isn't it? Like that woman who's in South Africa, the one, you know, Secret Yarnery. I mean, how much does she have to pay? Man, she's not short of a bob or two, is she? Let's face it, you know. But how much does she have to pay for her postage and her import duty to South Africa from Turkey? I don't know. But I tell you, I ordered some wool. It come to £16. I put it in my cart, my shopping cart. Then I did a pretend checkout, and it was £40. With the postage and the import duty, my £16 worth of wool was £40. Can't do it. Yeah, maybe if you order more, it's relative for the postage and the tax. I don't know. I don't know how they work it out. Maybe she doesn't pay in, you know, the import duty in South Africa. I don't know. I don't know why we have to pay so much. Yeah, £40. 4 packs of yarn. I did inquire one time when I was using a lot of it about, you know, being wholesale and getting it when I was really buying it every week, and me and Sue were buying it together, and so was Kelly. But you had to spend, I think it was £300 or £400 to be a wholesaler. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people talk to me about what I've got in my shed. I mean, blooming heck. No disrespect to Secret Yarnery, but she could open a shop, couldn't she, with what she's got? I know she uses it up, and I know she crochets a hell of a lot. But she still has a hell of a lot of stock. You know, I look at my small shed and think, my God, there's so much in there. It's a bit overwhelming, but I mean, mine's workable through because I got rid of half of it when I came here. But when I look at Secret Yarnery, I mean, she's got packs. Like she'll have 3 and 4 packs of the same, won't she? And stuff like that. And I'm thinking, yeah. I mean, mine was built up over, what, 10 or 15 years. So I know it looks like I have a lot, but it was bought in dribs and drabs, yeah. But, you know, I haven't got the money that can pay out like that. Oh, hello, Miguel. Where have you been? You missed Ephraim. Ephraim's been on. Right, bye, Patricia. I'll see you next week. Yeah, 20 kilos at a time, yeah. Why did she get some massive big boxes from Amazon, don't she? Oh, you died. You're laying down with an allergy and you fell asleep. Yeah, it's all to do. But I mean, the little people like us, you know, we can't afford to pay the import duties and the taxes and stuff. I can't anyway, so I'll just have to give her. Much as I love ice yarn, it's a very stiff number 4 yarn, I would say, our kitchen cotton. Well, it's called dishcloth cotton. They don't call it kitchen cotton. It's like a very thick 4, I would say. Very stiff 4. It's much thicker than your Lillian cream. Is it called Lillian cream? Sugar and cream or something. Whatever it is, it's much thicker than that. Yeah. Yeah, well, I've been on for 3 hours and it's gone past midnight, so I won't be long before I'm going to bed to see if I can get some sleep. Yeah, tomorrow I've got to put my shower. I bought a shower pole. I know it sounds stupid, but I've got a little bedside table that's about yay big, either side of my bed. And then there's the overhead cupboards above. So I've got a shower pole that's got like 4 shelves on it. My son thinks I'm hoo-hoo. He said, you could have asked me to put shelves. I said, I didn't want to screw anything to my wardrobes and ruin them, yeah? I'd rather have something that was freestanding, because this isn't fastened to anything. It's just on a tension rod, you know, and then these shelves go across it. And so I can put my bits and pieces on it. Evermore, I keep turning over in bed and knocking everything flying off these blinking. I mean, on one side's taken up because I've got my breathing machine, yeah. So there's no room. I've got my breathing machine, my drink, and my glasses, and it's full, you know. What time do I usually start? 9 o'clock, which is UK time. If you're in the UK, yeah. Oh, sugar and cream, yeah. I only had one ball of it. I think I bought it off YouTube, not YouTube, eBay. But it's so dear over here, sugar and cream. It's really, really dear. Oh, it'd be more than that over here, because of course everything we have is imported, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Mrs. Yukon. I couldn't make anything garment-wise with, well, kitchen cotton or dishcloth cotton. It'd be too stiff. It's okay for a dishcloth. It's okay for a floor mop. It's okay for a bag even. But you couldn't use it for anything else. It's too stiff. You couldn't use it for a garment to stand up on its own in the corner, you know. Yeah. One of my favourites was actually called Cotton On, which is, I think it's James C. Brett. But that's a mixture of cotton and acrylic, and it washes absolutely beautifully. But it's not 100% cotton. But that's gone really expensive now as well. Oh, there you are, Enid. Miguel's got tons of cotton. You made purses out of several strands of sugar and cream. Yeah. No, we you know, I used to really order online these days, yeah. Because everything's so expensive. I can go to, if I want acrylic, I can go to our local market. It's just like little market stalls. I can go for acrylic. I can get that reasonably cheaply. It's about £1.20 a ball or something like that. But if I want cotton or anything like that, I have to order it online, yeah. Oh, only me. Yeah, you're coming in at the tail end, aren't you, only me? You have videos on your channel, Paint and Knit. There you are. Paint and Knit, somebody else for anybody to watch. They've got videos on the channel of, what is it, bags do you make, or what do you make? What do you have on your channel, Paint and Knit? Oh, you make, oh, I'm a guru, I'm useless. I tell you, anything with a face on I can't do. Can't do anything with a face. Yeah. At Knit Club, they keep showing me things like, oh, look at this hedgehog. Is it pretty? Can you make that? I went, no. Nope. Don't make anything with a face. Nope. Nothing. Nope. Don't give me things like that. Which Tina? Tina was in complete agreement with you not wasting your kitchen cotton. Do you mean tuna? Miguel keeps calling tuna. Tina Tuna. She hasn't been on for a bit, has she? Tina Tuna. I just no good at making little dollies and things. Oh, Laura Sapeda, yeah. I wish she'd do more, or she'd put subtitles on her videos, like Laura Sapeda. Oh, no, you're talking a dirty language there, Enid. Don't like that woman. Sorry. No. Miguel knows why I don't like her. I shall tell you another time, but not on here. I can get a channel in English, but most of them are not in English, so I would love it to put subtitles. You ever watched her when she does her live? Well, she doesn't do them really because of COVID. When she does her shows and she has all the garments hanging up like all around this market stall or something like that, yeah. Are you friends with me on Facebook, Enid? Because if you are, I'll tell you why I don't like her. But I'm not telling you on here. Yeah, yeah, Kaz. I just didn't. No. I think everybody on here knows why. Miguel knows why. Miguel feels the same way that I do. Um, so yeah, I got the little video, Miguel. Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Enid. I think you've got it in one there. Oh dear. No, no, only me. It was to do with begging. No. Well, you're not on your own, Miguel. I don't think I'm on her favourite Christmas card list. I will tell you, Enid, another time. I will tell you what happened if Miguel doesn't fill you in. Yeah. Yes, I'm not being attacked again, let's just say, Kaz. Not being vilified. Because it was nasty. Yeah, that's all I will say. So I prefer not to have drama. I prefer not to say. I'll tell people things privately, but I won't tell people things on YouTube. Yeah, only me. We're not saying on here, we are not. We're not saying nothing. We ain't saying nothing. Yeah. So it's best we stay poles apart. uh, yeah, not bringing it up again. But it's still going on, but not with me. Let's just say only me. It still goes on, but just not with me. Wide berth. And that's the way I want it to stay. Wide berth. Oh, no, we didn't have any tonight, did we? We didn't have any. Shh, don't say anything. Well, we might have had one actually earlier on, but I think Chris booted him out. I think we had one that was a bit suspect earlier on, yeah. Oh, Jill's lovely. I've not met her in person, obviously, because she's in America, but Jill is lovely. Yeah, Jill's had the same issues. Yeah. I'm glad you're on my side, Jane. Wave your thumbs in the air, my dears. Wave your thumbs in the air. Because I'm not allowed to say anything else. No, I'm not. I don't like drama, only me. I really don't, yeah. People ruffle me feathers. I say my piece at the time. But I'm not in for slanging matches and drama and calling people out. I'm not into that sort of thing. We try to stay as drama free as we can on here. We do get people, trolls and stuff coming on, and we try to boot them off because we don't like all that. Yeah. We're lucky on here, really. We don't have a lot of really drama because if anybody starts, then they're gone. They're gone. Yeah, they're gone. You know, people don't come on here for drama. People come on here because it's Saturday night, it's party night. We haven't gone out. We might have a drink, we might not have a drink. We've all got our crafting. Whatever issues we've had during the week, we come on here and we have a good time. We have a laugh, we have a joke. The last thing we want is somebody coming on and go, beep, 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 beep. That's, no, it's not a bitch channel, if you know what I mean. No, 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 no. Who was the wool snob? No, the only wool snobs I knew were in my past, and they weren't on here. They were actually, um, in my private life in knit clubs in the past. Yeah. Um, that was it. Yeah. I don't care what people knit or crochet with, Chris. If they can afford it, I don't care. It's not my. I'm not in a position to say, no, 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 no. But I also don't like it when people berate other people because they're using Red Heart, because they're using something cheaper. That might be all they can afford. Who knows? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like when people say, oh, I use this hook or I use that hook or I only use this hook and it cost me $35 or something. And I'm like, you're crocheting at the end of the day. You still, if you're a rubbish crocheter, you're a rubbish crocheter. If you're having a $2 hook or you're having a $35 hook, that's to me, doesn't, no, I don't care. To me, crocheting is about the happiness that you get from doing what you're doing. To me, it's not the finished amount, the finished thing. It's not about how much it's worth, about whether you're a brilliant crocheter, whether you turn out something that's rubbish or you turn out something that's good. To me, it's about the enjoyment and the relaxation and the feeling that you get while you're doing something. You know, I mean, it's supposed to be good for mental health. Oh, yeah, that was on Ravelry. That was years ago, only me. Yeah. Wasn't on here. No, no, no. Because we're all in the same boat here. I would never, I would never tell anybody that they're using the wrong yarn or the wrong hook or the wrong needles or you're crocheting it the wrong way, you're holding your hook the wrong way. To me, that's irrelevant. It's like you get enjoyment out of doing it. It relaxes you. It's good for your mental health. That's the enjoyment you should be getting out of it. You might get enjoyments out of doing jigsaws. You might get enjoyment out of, I mean, for the life of me, I can't understand this diamond painting, but if it's what people want to do, then that's fine. I don't say, oh, don't do that, you're rubbish doing that. I don't say that. I say I don't want to do it, but that's my opinion, isn't it? Just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to shove it all on you, you know. Ooh, what are you doing that for? But no, to me, no, no. If you want to sit and knit dishcloths all day long, that's fine by me. I never say to anybody, oh, you should be doing this, or oh, you should be doing that. You shouldn't be using this yarn, you should be using that yarn. Some people are so opinionated. And it does make me angry because they're trying to force their opinions on other people. I mean, it's through all walks of life. You know, it can be politics, it can be anything that people are arguing about. But I don't like it when people try to force their opinions on people. You can have a debate, by all means, have a debate. I'm not politically minded in the least, yeah. But have a debate. But don't get nasty about it. Don't start saying you're not my friend because you vote for this party, you vote for that party. You can't be my friend. How can you be my friend if you vote that way? They're a lot of rubbish. People are entitled to their opinions, yeah. Yeah, it's all right to hear what people are interested in, Kaz, but not to force their opinion on you. I mean, I left Ravelry. I stopped going in any of the groups because of that. Because they were telling people that you shouldn't be using this, shouldn't be using that. Oh, what are you doing that for? Or they were calling people's crochet, oh, it looks amateurish, doesn't look right. Oh, you could have used this or you could have used that. And I'm thinking, I can't be doing with all that bitchiness. So I haven't posted anything. I don't even put my finished things on Ravelry anymore because I got sick of the begging. Can I have the pattern for free? No, you can buy it like everybody else. You know, it's, you know, whatever. I just got fed up of it. Or, you know, do you have any of this wool? Can you? I don't have much money. Can you send me wool? And I'm like, no, I can't. I haven't got much money either, and you're in America. I can't afford the postage to send the wool to you, even if I was going to donate it. I can't do it. Oh, but I'm knitting for charity, so I'll ask someone in the US then, you know. Sorry. But, you know, that's to me, that's just, So I'll stop going on Ravelry. I use it, yeah. I use it to browse for patterns. I'll hold my hand up. Lots of nice free patterns on Ravelry. Hold my hand up. And also what I've noticed is if there's a pattern on Etsy, it can be £1 dearer than it is on Ravelry. I'm not sure whether Etsy takes a cut out of things or whatever, why it has to be. I mean, my friend she looked at a pattern for, it's like a big rose in a cushion cover. And she goes, oh, its pattern was £6.80 or something. I thought she's crazy paying £6.80 for that pattern. I looked on Ravelry and it's £5 something on Ravelry. It's well over £1 cheaper on Ravelry. Yeah. So, but maybe I don't know. I mean, Etsy used to take a commission out of me from doing me crocheting my garments. Maybe they do it with patterns. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, embroidery. I've got too many thumbs for embroidery. I used to do embroidery when I was a kiddie, but I'm too ham-fisted these days. I can't even hold a needle straight. It's a lovely thing, embroidery. I think it's really pretty. I envy people who can embroider. I don't like that little midgy cross-stitch stuff, you know, but I can understand actual embroidery. But those little cross-stitchy things that people do and stick them on their wall, I mean, how many of them do you want sticking on your wall, you know? Somebody gives you one as a Christmas present. No, that's lovely. Thank you. But embroidery, I can understand, yeah. You know, it's very pretty embroidery. Yeah. I got rid of a load of tablecloths, which I was sad I'd got rid of because they were what my aunt had embroidered and that, but I just didn't have the room to bring them. I had to jettison so much stuff. And they were from my past. You know, they were embroidered tablecloths I'd kept. And I just don't have them anymore now. I like that wool embroidery. You know, the ones that looks like 3D. When you're embroidering on a woolly cardigan and you do it in the thick wool and it looks like tulips and flowers and it stands out like 3D. But I knew I'd make a hash of it if ever I tried doing it. Yeah. No, I don't like little titchy little whatever, titchy little cross stitchy things that are like that big. Yeah, you can't see the stitches, you know, they're like so thin. No, I can't do that. I used to like doing the wool stuff on the, is it called Aida or Ada? Big thick wool. Oh God, I'm glad you're not political, John, tonight. I can't stand it. I need to go to bed soon. I don't want things stirring up in my brain before I go to bed. No. There are certain things I'd like to do. I'd like to do more. I did try to learn Tunisian crochet. Sue and I tried. We tried. I've got a video, DVD, is it? What do you call it? CD, DVD, whatever it is. I've got one of them somewhere. But at the moment, I've got no CD player to put it on. So I can't watch it at the minute. I used to have one on my, the tower. And I did think I had one on here. I must have a look with a torch because I thought there was one on here, which means I could watch my Tunisian crochet on there. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched Cherry Heart for a while. There's a lady at my knit club. Well, I say knit club or craft club or whatever. And she's made a lovely, like a work bag. And it's all done in hexagonal. She's hand quilted a lot of it. Beautiful, yeah. I haven't got the patience. Besides which, my stitches look like a drunk, whatever, drunken sailor. Yeah. But, yeah. Anyway, it's getting, what, I've been on here 3.5 hours now. So I think it's time I decided to try to go to bed because tomorrow I want to put that shower thing in with the shelves. I can't do it. I need to ask my son. And, you know, so I just hope I don't sleep till lunch tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows if I sleep till lunch or not? I might just do for the heck of it, yeah. Al John. I was thinking of Al Johnson. I've got the hoops, but only because I was going to do some, what they call them, mandalas, you know, that hang down, yeah. Play Misty, we're not having any arguments, so don't get John going. Hi, Denise, because I'm going in a minute anyway, so you two can argue it out somewhere else, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed, so I shall hope to see you all next week. You're going back to bed, are you, Miguel? Right, okay, well, I'm going to bed as well. But not with Miguel, by the way. Going to bed on my own. That's all I'm fit for. I'm going to bed on my own. I like the bed to myself anyway, yeah. Look up, that would be me, slow stitching, because that's the only speed I'd go at, only me. I need to organise my shed because I want my sewing machine. Not that I'm doing anything fancy. I've got a load of things that need turning up because I think I shrunk. And all my dresses are tripping on the floor. And I ain't in the mood for hand stitching all my dresses. So, It's all right, only me. At least you came, didn't you? We'll see you all next week, hopefully. And I'll see everybody next week. Whoever's still left on here. Shad's disappeared. Miguel's gone back to bed. Chris and everybody's disappeared, yeah? You keep quitting in the middle of the clean up. I don't even start doing the clean up, Chris. I've got news for you. I was actually going to do my washing today, but my daughter-in-law was commandeering the washing machine because they stripped everything out of the camper van because it was all wet and soggy and everything, and she's washing everything. So hopefully I can commandeer the washing machine tomorrow because I need to change the bedding and I need to do a lot of things tomorrow. So I'll be waiting for the sun to come out, then I can dry my washing outdoors. Can't beat washing, drying outdoors, can you? I hate having to use the tumble dryer all the time, especially with the price of the blinking electric these days, yeah. Right. You're one episode away from hoarders in your apartment. Well, my bedroom's looking a little bit that way, Nathan. Which is why I'm hoping to put that new shelving thing up. So bye, everybody, and I hope I see you next week. And I'm going to go and try to get some. I've got a book to read if I don't. Yeah. So bye for now. See you all next week. Bye now.